Welcome everybody to a new scheduled Wednesday night roleplay session with the Codex group.
Hello.
Woohoo!
Bonjour.
I didn't speak Russian. As you can see, we don't have Nevin with us. Nevin is currently...
He's sadly passed away. Nevin is sadly not with us anymore.
He is with us.
He's
not
not
with us
dead.
tonight.
Sorry, Nevin.
Nevin is relocating geographically. And so what we are doing is we're developing the Arnung and Fordel storyline of 1115. A particular period in time, as we are well aware, was established over the last couple of episodes. The old world, the Empire of Man, is currently gripped in a 4 years worth of plague. Emperor Boris Hohenbach, the incompetent and gold gather, is feasting in Karaborg, north of the Reich and Altdorf. And in the last episode, we had Framling, Arnung and Fordel get involved in a new story arc, effectively. There was a particular incident at the Nordland Prince. Some people died, accidentally, getting trampled under tables, or just randomly stabbed. There were some survivors, to a certain degree, as they ran off into the infested forests. But you managed to get to the Fornmoor, and you found that the Andermeld had been left behind. A Nemesis crown had been discovered, created by Alaric the Dwarf Rune Lord. And basically in hand with the Andermeld and the Nemesis crown, Framling found out that Ivrig Sin, a truly ancient enemy of man, and leader of the Semneth Iond, has survived over a millennia in the far north, and one of his Elak had been sent south to do whatever. Didn't get to the bottom of it before he was hacked to death by Framling, who had to exercise his own demons during the incident. But ultimately, Framling said, I need to go back to the Eonir and study the Nemesis Crown, the Andermeld, and as a result, he headed back to the Laurelland Forest, and we are now with Arnung and Fordel, who have travelled back to their roots and their smuggling enterprise that they're involved with. And we're gonna explore the alternate life of these two guys, these two Northmen orphans, brought up by the Tal Monastery, inducted into the hidden sect of the Order, the Brotherhood of the Stag, and then left to their own devices. So that's where we are. Tonight is number 21, Book 2, Empire in Flames, Chapter 3.
Take your word for it.
So it's the 21st episode of the Cortex roleplay, but it's Book 2, as in 1115. The campaign is Empire in Flames, and it is Chapter 3.
21, 2, 3.
Yes.
Fordel's Adventures.
Fordel's Adventures. When he's writing up his autobiography, it's like now and then he'll mention Arnung was around. He was involved.
Anything happens, Arnung did it.
Yeah, I think so far Fordel has been the most cold-hearted sociopath amongst everyone, really.
Probably.
He needs help. He's got issues.
He needs a hug. So without further ado, let's start. Quick brief. Arnung and Fordel are leaders of a smuggling crew for a larger gang, the Verdens gang, that is ran and controlled by Eric Fallow. Arnung and Fordel run a crew of 6 guys. 7 guys. Just for you guys, just to remind you, to write their names down if needs be. Belmar.
They're in here. Belmar, Vernick, Finn, Eberg, Remy, Nilma?
Yes, but in the order I've got Belmar, Vernick, Finn, Eberg, Nilma, and Remy. Yeah. So basically, while you've been away, now you were away for about 2 weeks. While you were away, they were obviously getting on with the job. You've returned to Hargendorf, where there is an official, several wharfs. A lot of trading vessels come this way. And Hargendorf is the current port for vessels that are picking up furs from the far northeast, the cold wastes, white furs and that sort of thing, from the large bears that patrol that area, as well as timber. From there, these vessels head on to Marienburg and down the Reich and Tallebeck, up the Reich and Tallebeck, and the part of the trading. Some of these things will head as far as Null before going on to other countries. These are the official traders and merchant houses. Most of the work is done and the contracts or signed agreements made in Salzenmund, which is the capital of the Nordland province. And that's fairly landlocked in the sense of it's not on a river, it's a day's journey from the coast. The reason being, of course, is that the northern coast is traditionally raided by the Norsemen from across the Sea Claws. And so they've taken this sort of stock exchange, as it were, a bit further inland and therefore more easily protected. The taxman, the burgomaster, the officials are very much part of everyone's lives, and so this has given rise to a very lucrative smuggling trade. And the Verdens gang runs the smuggling trade for the Nordland region. You run a crew that takes on board, so for example, the Grindle and Avery traders are an official trading merchant out of Marienburg. They run various different ships as well as barges throughout the north of the empire. However, there is an unofficial agreement, as long as they get a cut, they will allow their vessels to be used to smuggle goods from Marienburg, illicit, or just simply avoiding the taxman's costs. And therefore, they automatically, they are an official business. They are not involved in your trade except they are the mule. They carry it, but they do not answer to you. You don't answer to them.
You get a little cut.
They get a cut to allow their vessels, because without them, you would not be able to operate. They operate 2 vessels a month into the port of Hargendorf. They will deal with the official merchandise that comes in, and you will, with your crew, deal with the illicit and untaxed smuggling goods. They again allow use of their warehouse off to one side, while you will then transport the product throughout Nordland on wagons. Mainly at this point you deal with ales, as well as exotic materials. Things could be expensive clothes, silks from Araby, that sort of thing, as well as brandy from Bretonia. All of these things are to avoid the taxman. Sometimes you will deal with drugs or people or something really specific, and then they are normally deals that are made through fallow, and you will get a small piece of that. But generally the overall smuggling aspect is your mainstay is ale, brandy, and maybe some jewellery and clothing as it comes through, but they are more specialty items. When you get these through, and then they're sold on to the various different taverns and inns and roadside places, etc., you will average around about, and I'm making a deliberate grade, sort of like just a big number, you average around about 30 crates. Now a crate could be 4 barrels of ale, it could be a crate of brandy, yeah? We're not worried about that side of things. You roughly about 30 crates per shipment, and you will make around 300 crowns. Okay? But you have to bribe. Of the 300 crowns, 90 of them will go to the Burgomaster, who's the official mayor, the leader of Hargendorf, as well as the local excise man, who is the enforcer of law. A combined total of 90 crowns goes to them, leaving you 210. And of that, you're paying out a considerable amount of that to Fallow, the overall leader of the gang. You roughly, in shipping from the smuggling business, you're roughly making every fortnight about 30 crowns. That's not a lot of money. It's still a lot more than others, you know, whereas you remember, if you consider some people might make 2 crowns in a week, working them fingers to the bone, so you're getting 30, but you have to pay your crewmen. But that's because it's not the only job you do. You are just running the smuggling part of it for fallow. It's not yours. So you're getting 30 crowns profit. You basically get the stuff on board, you pay the bribe out, you ship it around the 5 or 6 different locations. That's your job for fallow. Anything that you make on top of that is because you're part of, you run your own crew. Yeah? But again, you're expected to pay a bump up to fallow of anything else that you make being part of the pyramid of this criminal enterprise. Yeah? So that's always going to happen. You're going to get the smuggling again, 30 crowns are going to roll through the door, you'll pay people out maybe 4 or 5 crowns, but that's not your main, that's your job, you've got no choice. That's just the part of being part of a low crew inside of a much larger organisation that spans the entire North province. So you're always out on the lookout for anything else you can do to make money. You are, when we actually start officially, you're going to be in, you're literally arriving that morning. You probably came through some of the other regions, you might have been back in the area a couple of days, but ultimately you've got to Hargendorf. Grindle and Avery Traders, Wharf 2, Building 8. It's an official business. The trade, the morning tides is in. Your vessel is not due till the evening tide. But ultimately what's happening is the vessel will be coming in today. It will be dropping off anything it's been bringing from Marienburg, including ale and brandy as well as the official goods. So today of all days, the warehouse specifically is very busy. They're preparing. There's a lot of timber. There's a lot of furs that have come in. They're all prepared. Now these are the official business, and they're going to be loaded by the Grindle and Avery trader company, the people that are there. But your crew's all is there and preparing their, to take on board the stuff that's coming from them. Right? It's rare, and in this case, it's no different than usual. It's rare that you've got something to put on their vessel and send it to Marienburg. Today isn't one of those days. So your guys are basically just lounging around. You'll assume as we arrive, there's always, on the day like this, you'll have 2 or 3 guys will be up by the north coast line, waiting for their vessel to come into view. They come into town, say, right, the vessel's going to be here. You know what I mean? Just in case. But you've always got a couple of guys. Generally, you'll have Belmore, Vernick and Finn will be at the warehouse. Eberg, Nilma and Remy will be doing outlining work, making sure that the vessel is coming in, that there's no expected raids, you can't see any of the military, because further along the coast, the Imperial Navy is traditionally berthed. Alright? Though, strangely enough, for the last year or so, the Imperial Navy has been very obviously missing. It hasn't been berthed, you haven't seen any Imperial vessels on the northern coast. But it's not something that you're worried about, you're taking advantage of it.
I think Belmar and Vernick are our closest go-to guys, are they?
Yep, so Vernick is your thinker. He's the guy that, when you're not around, Vernick's the guy that will, take control, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
He's your number 2. Belmar, a lot of people mistake him, he's as big as you are, capable of extreme violence when needed. He's a big, strong man, good heart on him.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very trustworthy. Now, the vast majority of people believe that Belmar is slow. He just doesn't, he's not operating at the same speed as everyone else. It's not actually true. Belmar is just a very deep thinker. He's not educated in any way, but he's slow to anger, but when he does, he's capable of quite extreme violence, and it's only generally brought out as a protective against people he cares for. So you've got Belmar as a trusted guy simply because you know that 100% he will, he can be trusted. He has no need or will to superimpose himself above you. He's not a threat to you. He is, I suppose, the lock. He's not, like I say, he doesn't come across as exceptionally bright. It's not. He takes his time to work things over. Yeah. If it wasn't for the fact that he'd been recruited, he'd have been a part of the Stevedores Guild. He'd be just a dock worker and just getting on with his job. But a man of that sort of shape and size can come in handy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he is the enforcer, but he'll only do what he's told to. So he's a big hulking brute of a man, and really, of all the people in the organisation, in the crew, and the bigger thing, he's the one that's ill-fitted to it. Yeah. Remy is an Estalian. He's from Estalia. Nilma, you've got Finn and Eberg are from this location. Nilma. These are just run-of-the-mill guys, vicious streaks in them. You know, they've fallen into a life of crime and they just get on with the job. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty much it. Remy's from Estalia. Nilma's from Tilia. No, Vernick. Vernick's from
Vernick
Tilia.
is.
Yeah, Remy's.
Vernick should be from Tilia. Remy's from Estalia. If I wrote that down wrong, I'll update it.
So, sorry, Remy's from?
Remy's from Estalia.
Oh, so he's not Tillian.
No. Vernick's the Tilian.
Vernick's the showman.
Vernick's the showman, and very good with a knife.
Alright.
Yep. And Remy's the stallion. So Grindle and Avery Traders, Wharf 2 building piece. So it was established in 1109 by two trade partners in Marienburg, Helmut Grindle and Rupert Avery. Grindle and Avery essentially trade in timber from the Forest of Shadows, as well as exotic furs from beyond Erengrad, including various other more illicit goods from Hargendorf. They ship to Marienburg with their return trip filled with expensive clothes and foodstuffs. The company warehouse is loaned out to and ran by the Verdun's gang for a split of the profits, as well as access to the Grindle and Avery shipping vessels. Currently being stored at Building 8 are several quantities of large white furs, as well as some 120 bottles of liquor. The furs are legitimate, and the liquor is stored for movement to Marienburg on the next tide. Warehouse is officially run by a general manager known as Timothy Jacoby, in his capacity as the general manager of Grindle and Avery Traders in Nordland. Amongst the official workers, you recognise them, you know who they are. It's their jobs. You know, they don't come and go. They're not brought on board for a day. They work for them. Various guys: Roderick, Erfried, Dieter, Vogt. You know these guys, and you know them by name. They do not get involved because you just don't. You wouldn't trust them in it. You know, they're official, but they know that you're not to mess with the Verdun's gang. They are born and bred Northerners. As you arrive in the offices, the warehouse itself, so you basically come down onto the dock. There's a various few vessels that are coming on the morning tide, ready to leave on the departing tide. You can see one of the Grindle and Avery vessels is being currently loaded up with furs, and you can see that the warehouse is obviously very active during this business day and full of the usual staff. As you ride up, you can see that Vernick and Finn are lounging outside the warehouse. And as if you imagine it's a big long warehouse, big open fronted door, you ride up and you can see inside the guy, the normal staff are moving crates around and the furs, and they're loading the ship up with docked right on the wharf, with its crane hoisters in play. Vernick and Finn are literally lounging outside on the door in the sun, and as you ride up, they give you a nod of greeting and a smile, and you see beyond them, you can see Belmar is actually helping move the furs around, and you kind of shake your head. You've told him from time to time that just don't get involved. You're not being paid to do it, and he regularly gets the mick taken out of him by Vernick and Finn and the rest of the lads. But he just likes to help, and you can see him literally lifting up these big packs of furs and moving them around the warehouse and helping the guys out. Completely oblivious again. You've kind of given up on enforcing on him because he's not meaning any harm. And it's just he doesn't like to be idle. If he sees people working, he'll get involved just to help them out if he's doing nothing himself. But you know that if you say, get here, we've got something on, he'll obviously react straight away. Inside the warehouse is like a typical warehouse itself, one massive open storage floor. However, near the door there is a set of timber stairs. They come up behind the main. There is a big open door for cargo. There's a single door for people to come in and out when the main door is closed. Obviously, it's pointless when the warehouse is in use. Inside this doorway, there's a set of stairs. It'll go timber stairs. Goes up to the wall, wraps around, runs the entire length of the left side of the warehouse, where there's a mezzanine level of offices, or one big office. That's where the warehouse keeps its books as far as its comings and goings, its intake, its money's kept in there and before it's distributed to the staff. And you also know that's Timothy Jacoby's office. Yeah. So basically, you write up. Obviously, you can't see Erberg, Nilna, or Remy. So you write up. Our boss says, Vernick's sort of like sitting there flicking a knife in his hand and catching it. You can see they're just sort of relaxed and sitting there looking around. They've got a couple of cups. There's a crate beside them. That they've got a jug on. They're sitting there with their feet up. Vernick drops his feet and stands up to greet you. Finn takes the bridle of your horses as you dismount, taking it to one side where there's a post set up to hitch the horses. The sun's fairly bright. Coming off the coast, you can see that the water's fairly stable. There's no massive storm building in the sea claws, and the light reflects, giving the ocean or the sea a gleam. Multiple vessels are in up and down all the wharfs. You can see everyone's getting on with their job. No doubt as well, by the way, I'm assuming that you've handed back your warhammer and all your kit
Yeah.
back to the monastery.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to carry me warm around?
You could choose to.
You don't want to?
Okay.
Oh, is this mine?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's why you went through the big thing of going to the armory and taking it.
Oh, right, okay. I thought that was the thing I just carried around.
You can do.
Because it was like, I thought it was my thing, so carry it around.
Yeah, by all means. Bear in mind that you're head and shoulders, apart from Belmar, obviously, you're head and shoulders against, above everyone around you, and twice as wide. Belmar, though not a Norseman, is just a very big man. So yeah.
I'll carry it then.
Picking up, jump down off your horse and then unhitch your big warhammer. Thump. Still don't understand why you carry that thing around, boss.
It's for stability, Vernick.
Otherwise you'll fall over.
Yes. I'm quite heavy. Top heavy.
Yep. Well, it won't be the first time, it won't be the last time that we've had to pick you up.
And bottom heavy, of
off
course.
The tavern. Yeah. That's what I heard the lady say.
What do the ladies say?
That you're not top heavy. Below.
Not top heavy. Not top heavy below.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good thing.
That's what they call Big Fordel and Little Arnung.
I think they're saying you're trying to compensate.
Vernick's like, I'm not trying to say anything. I'm pretty openly telling them that. Like,
The size is irrelevant.
that's what the small men say. I've got to be careful. If I get too excited, I can faint.
Literally no blood left.
Uh-oh. Remy's taking a fancy to you. Why?
Bloody hell, Vernick! Is that your warhammer? You weren't kidding. I'm impressed.
I've been known to win arm wrestling competitions while shaking people's hands.
Easy.
Seriously.
3 legs. So what we got? What we dealing with? What wares do we have? We're gonna make some money this time.
Our shipment's not due until the evening. We've got Erberg and Nilma and Remy are further up north.
Still on schedule?
As far as I can tell, we'll find out the next hour when they're expected back then. Other than that, everyone's here just doing their normal job, getting their furs set up. You've got Timothy in there in his office. He's having to sit down with some fella that recognised from Wolf 1, but none of our business really. But quickly, people are moving around, that sort of thing. I'm assuming that you're just standing at the door. It's wide enough that people are coming backwards and forwards, and they deliberately try to avoid you as best I can. We've had a message from Eric came in about a week ago. Once you at Salzenmund. Didn't mention why. Just said that he came looking. He sent word looking for you. Obviously, we didn't know where you were. But we do have a couple of items of business to bring to your attention.
Okay. Oh, go on then.
You know Engelberg, he's the excise man. Engelberg, well, he's been down here twice since you've been away. He's asking for more money. He says him and Dankmar, he's the Burgermeister, the mayor. Him and Dankmar want they want 2 more crowns on top. So he wants 5 per shipment.
Why?
Per crate.
Why? You don't give him enough?
Boss, at the end of the day, I told him where to go the first time, but he's been back the second and said, look, he openly just said there's other people who can do this job.
Who?
He said basically that there's some competition, and if he wants, we want him to look the other way and ease us through the door. Increase in cost. The plague's had its way. Less trade, wants more money. I know we've only been paying him 3. He says he wants 1 more for him and 1 more for Dankmar. And that's per crate. It's 5 crowns per crate instead of the usual 3.
We have competition, Fordel, apparently. Do you know anything about this competition?
Well, I'll live to the end of the day.
I like the way you speak. And sometimes the way you think. Right now, I appreciate both.
Well, anyway, I told him he knows when the vessels come in, so he's going to come back today.
Okay.
He'll be back. He'll be here this evening, and that's, well, again, it's up to you guys. It's.
We'll deal
I
with it.
told him, I said you've got to be a brave man, but he's confident at the end of the day. These official bastards, they're more criminal than we are. Got more corruption than we have. At least we know where we stand when we deal with each other. But it's up to you guys if you want to pay. It's not my place to say otherwise. I warn him against it, but taking out an exercise man or a burgermeister as I don't know, Fallow might not be too happy, but I just do what I'm told. That prick inside, guy talking with Timothy, guy called Jacob Esterbrook. He's got a supply of furs due in from across the sea next couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, I know that Grindle and Avery, they deal with furs coming in from Erengrad, but that's on the same coast across the sea. My understanding is they're coming across from the north of their tribes. Nobody's managed to do that before. If this is true, according to my source, that's a lot of money. We're talking about 3k per shipment. Apparently, according to my source, he's managed to sort out a deal with some of the some Norse king or something over there. Shipment's due in 2 days. It might, I don't know. He's obviously in competition with Grindle Avery. We're not involved in that, but if that shipment goes away, that could be a bit of coin in our pocket. A lot of coin in our pocket. I know that traditionally we don't get involved in the official side of things, but he's been in there a few times over the last couple of weeks. And I know when somebody's doing a double hit here, I wouldn't put it past Jacob be trying to pull one over Avery. If the fuck shit up here for us, I don't know. Maybe a double win. That's the only bit of news I've got. Finn? I've got a guy, Altman Steinberg. He's a servant working for a guy called Gunther Herzog. Apparently this guy's a silver miner out of Oldenlitz. Well, Altman reckons he'll sell out his master's shipping times and stopovers. You can get 50% of the take. I don't know how much silver's coming out of those mines, but it'll still be a fair bit of profit. You can always ship that back down to Marienburg pick it up, intercept, give him his cut.
How reliable is your source?
Why? He's reliable. He's very badly paid and he hates Gunther Herzog. Like, you know, says that all the stuff are trip bad. Guy oversteps his bounds. So if the shipment goes missing, maybe we don't leave Herzog in the ditch. We'll have him get back on the job. He's you know, unless you want to somehow go inland. I don't know where these well, I don't know where the mine is. It's in Olden Litz, Silver Hills. Could be tapping that. Maybe just move in on him. Tell him that he needs a cut. Now, like all silver loads, they're going to be well protected though, so take all of us to hit it if you want.
Extra money.
That's a lot of money. I mean, normally, as far as I know, he normally heads south to the River Taube and ships it down south, but with Talabekla and Osland hit by the plague, he's wanting to move it north. It's an opportunity. If he comes through Hargendorf, maybe we hit him on the road before he gets here. Straight into the warehouse, evening tide, gone the same night.
When's the shipment due?
Don't know yet. He came to me, I feigned a bit of interest.
Find out.
Didn't want to give him, right.
What do you think, Fordel?
Get somebody to follow what's his
What we're going to do about Jacob? Our man Jacob.
I know who he's going to. Get some info.
See what he's up to.
Just to make sure that there's obviously a similar name there. So you've got Timothy Jacoby, he's the general manager for Grindle Avery.
Mm.
Jacob Esterbrook is this other merchant. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm talking about Jacob Esterbrook. Yeah.
Just in case you thought that one in the same.
Yeah.
No,
Jacob
it's like
Esterbrook, yeah.
follow the guy with the.
What do you want us to follow? We know where he is. Warehouse. He's on Wharf 1. That's the entire wharf. What we'd have to do is see the shipment come in. You can't hide it. You're going to see a vessel come in from across the bay. It docks. First get loaded up. No doubt he isn't going to want to sit on $3 grand. He'll want that moved sharpish, but if we get in there before.
Mm-hmm. We need to get in there before.
So you want us to hit the shipment?
We will hit the shipment. We're in this business to make coin, boys.
Won't just be.
If he's got a deep bow vessel, he could be bringing a lot. I mean, who knows what happens across the north? Well, I don't know what his trade is. I don't know what he's offering this Norse king, but it's a big deal. You know, if he is the only one that's got this. We know nobody else here that's managed to go across the north and ever come back. I mean, we can't even put shipping vessels out there without seeing them get sunk, especially with the Imperial Navy gone. Don't know who or how he's got this deal, but he's the only one with it, so he's cornered the market. What I'll have to do is I'll have to put a bit of coin, get some more boys in here. If the shipment's as big as I say it's going to be, he's going to have that guarded. I'll have to put in.
Yeah.
Bring in some extra help from the outside. They'll get a small payout. They're not going to get a percentage. I'd recommend that we'll give them a little bit of coin. Guys that I trust.
It's not going to be.
Is Esterbrook? What's it? Esterbrook?
Esterbrook.
Esterbrook. He's not a man we can get on our side.
He's got more clout than Grindle and Avery. There's been a couple of times when he's been in here, I thought he was going to be a hostile takeover. Got himself an army. He's a big man. You know, he's got not physically, but he's got a lot of clout behind him.
But even big men want more. He's going to want more. He's going to want to expand. Because he's here for a reason.
He's never reached out to us before.
So why do we reach out to him
Well, he's inside now if you want to talk to him.
when we play our little Estabrook friend a visit?
He's literally in the office now.
Yeah.
Good luck, bosses. You enter into the relatively cool darkness of the warehouse, climb up the stairs, walk along the walkway. You can see that several lights have been lit inside the office. You can see as you approach to the window, Jacob is sitting at a table and chairs in front of his desk.
Mm.
You can see another man. You can see his expensive clothing. You have recognised him before, but you've had no dealings with him. And they look to be drinking. Well, clearly, they're drinking brandy out of a decanter. You from your time being here, he only gets that out when he's feeling smug. Obviously, you go strolling straight up to the door. There's a couple of women sitting in there going through some books with the scribe manager before them. Now they're going through the books, doing tallies, that sort of thing. They obviously look up, and then you've got the next door, partition wall and door, leads into Timothy's office. They sort of look up and immediately look down as you block the doorway, struggle your way through the door, and then you follow suit. The door's like, especially as you insist on carrying a long-hafted double-handed warhammer.
Cavalry hammer.
Straight through the open blinds of the window, you can see Jacob go. Oh. Like, you see him like, oh, shit.
So when we approach Jacoby, I'll drop that warhammer.
His desk.
No, just on the floor.
Well, you let yourself straight into his office, opening the door, and you step through, junk on the table. Arnung, Fordel.
And sit on the table.
You sit on the table.
Yeah.
Well, in front of him.
Yeah. Cross my legs.
Let me introduce the other man. The stranger stands up. Jacob Estabrook. This is Arnung and Fordel.
Tang.
Sorry, when I mean I'm sitting there, I'm not facing Jacob. I'm facing to face Jacob Estabrook. I'll sit down, just on the table, relaxed, and just face Jacob.
You're literally sitting like this, and you went thump.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he does stand up, and you obviously you just go out with your hand, and he just automatically takes it and shakes it. You can see expensive clothing. The height of Nordland expense. You can see a pearl drop earring, that sort of thing. The height of fashion. Gentlemen, he looks at you sitting on the table. There are chairs. Right, well, Timothy, thank you very much for your time. Takes his glass from near your dirty boot, finishes it off. Yes, thank you. It was I'll see you at Barrett's, no doubt. Gentlemen,
Walk on behind him, pick up the warhammer.
he stops.
I just put my arm around him.
Timothy's like, Arnung, this is Grindle Avery business.
I just want to chat with our friend here. Is that alright? No harm in talking.
I think it's...
Since when was it a crime to talk to our new friends? Perhaps I want to go for some drinks.
I just think it's very unexpected.
Is it? Is it really? Is it really?
Yes, this is official Grindle and Avery business.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I apologise. I did not realise this was business.
He literally looks at his desk in the office.
Oh, where are my manners?
Jacob's like, it's fine, Timothy. It's fine,
my
Timothy.
apologies, Timothy. I hadn't realised that this was a business meeting. I thought there was friends having drinks, but we were invited. Clearly not.
Yeah, he's with the can Jacob. Of course, Arnung. I apologise, Jacob's like, again, Timothy, it's fine. These fine gentlemen obviously have have business in mind.
Of
perhaps.
course. Do you like women or men? Who's
Did you?
Women. But
Women's?
I'm a family man, happily married.
and what does that mean?
I assumed you were wishing to
So
perhaps.
so when do what? You're a family man, and what? Even if you
Are you
are a
trying to ask him
family,
if he had any vices?
no. Every man needs the love of a good woman or man,
Yes, I fully.
and your wife isn't around. You can't give you that love.
Yes, she is.
She's outside.
Like,
I'm doing the books.
no, I live in Hargendorf with my family. What's this about?
Come outside.
Step out into the reception area. Well, I'm not typing because there's,
There's a receptionist. What's going on
everyone
here?
stops and looks.
Keep walking.
All right. You sort of take him out the office onto the walkway.
I look over the book.
This is your. Was that his wife?
No.
Oh, okay.
So you wonder what he's got that sort of like stiff, like
This is
walking-
Esterbrook, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. Not the wrong Jacob. Oh, wrong Jacob. Sorry.
And you just ignored that, Jacob.
So, is it alright if I call you Jacob?
Of course. Is it all right if I call you Arnung?
No.
Fordel.
No, that's Fordel.
What do I call you then?
The
Small
owner.
hammer.
Smallhammer. Sir Smallhammer.
I can assure you, I have had no complaints yet.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what's going on here.
He's referring to my Warhammer. It's not,
Which is, of
it's not small.
course, it's adequate. I'm not a martial man myself.
Adequate? It is huge!
It's as big as you are.
Pick it up.
I don't. You sort of hold out.
Yeah.
Yes,
Still adequate.
it is a fantastic specimen, a great weapon of commerce. I'm very busy. I need to get back to my offices. Have you got anything that you would like to discuss?
Yes, you know those furs that are coming in on the shipment?
Hmm.
We want in on that.
Right. Well, I'm always interested in business opportunities.
Yes. So we like to make lots and lots of money. And people like you know how to make money. And we want to make friends with people who know how to make money. Because that makes us money. And that makes us happy.
Uh-huh. Well, you should come around the offices and
Great, let's go.
in a couple of days' time. Well, I'm heading to other meetings, but you should send word with your your business and intentions, and we can hopefully come to an agreement that is beneficial to both of us. I mean, I assume that you bring something to the table that I don't already possess.
Perhaps you're looking to expand to get your wares to places you cannot.
Mm-hmm. Always a possibility. Such as?
Anyway, say it.
None.
Where is that?
No, the greatest free trading city in the empire, in the
Map.
old world.
Speak now. Where is this? Null you speak of?
Null is in the south east.
It's on here.
No.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Northern.
Oh, that's just northern.
That's just one province.
It's north.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
the one northern province. It's in the far southeast, near the
The plague.
well, it has been hit by the plague, but it's only a matter of time before it is rebuilt, and at such times it would be beneficial to find people that could organise shipping and security for our vessels from Marienburg along the Reich to the convent with the Talabek and then possibly down south through the canals. A logistical enterprise such as that would pay dividends and would make people very, very rich. But of course, they have their own trade, so there would be obviously stiff competition. So therefore,
Yeah, these are dark times, and you need good security.
I do.
Strong men like
Sir Small.
us. Don't ever say that again.
My apologies.
As you can understand, that it's a very huge hammer, perfectly adequate.
You realise it's a nervous
Yeah.
laugh. A tick.
So, yeah, I would like you to seriously consider us for future business. You will find no better security than our men. We are strong.
And
You said we have competition. There is no competition. We are the best.
perhaps up here, but the southlands of the empire are unexplored as far as our trade agreements are concerned. Especially at this time when the plague is still here. Eventually, when it does move off, it'll be worth any enterprise in a position to do so, to move in quickly and strongly to take control of any gaps in the market. And that will no doubt come under the scrutiny of those in the south who would wish to fill that gap as well. Of course, we have to still see the plague through, but that doesn't mean that we can't look towards strengthening our relationship in the meantime. And I would like to see what guarantees you can give my shipments. And guarantees, I mean, if they aren't able to make it through, what recommends would I expect from... who do you represent?
Follow.
Fellow?
Werdensgang.
Well, perhaps when you form a official company, how unofficial you want it to be, but an official company with stamp, then we could have an agreement. Money is money after all.
So, like, Stag Shipment Company.
Now, the Stag Shipment Company, to me, sounds like a fantastic enterprise for my
Shipping.
firm to get involved with. Stag Security. Now, that is something that I could get behind. What you'll need to do is make an appointment at Barrett's Coffee House in Salzenmund. Talk to a solicitor there, have them draw up the document. It'll be sanctioned, and there will be copies sent to Marienburg. From there, we can open up many different doors.
Okay. We shall look into this.
Please do. I look forward to hearing from your people.
You shall.
Well, I bid you good day, sirs. May Ulrich shine upon you.
And Tal.
And Tal, of course, and Tal. Though in our line of work, and hopefully yours soon, we'll always have to make sure that we tip a coin in the correct box and make sure that Manan protects us.
You're not.
Man.
Oh, okay. Mina? Minan.
God of Commerce.
God of course.
No.
No.
No, you jest, obviously, the god of the seas.
Yes.
We know this. Of course.
I will make a double offering today. I would hate our first enterprise to...
I think you should make a triple offering just to be on the safe side.
to be sank by a vengeful god. Well, anyway, thank you very much for your time. I look forward to hearing from your people. I shall be in Salzenmund for the next fortnight.
Okay.
If there's anything I can do to advise you on the creation organisation of a new company, And then, of course, we will...
We will seek out this lawyer
Yes,
How much would it roughly be?
to set up a company.
to set up a company. Trifling, a couple of 100 coins.
Okay.
Okay.
So it is easier that we
It
go,
is as easy
we
as
go and
that.
see your man in.
So yes, organise it. They will draft up and have it countersigned. Solicitors, you know how they are. And then the documentation will be forwarded on to Marienburg for record keeping. The Prince of Marienburg obviously has a say on all this, but he'll never cross his table. It'll be stamped, and at that point, we can have a sit down at Barrett's. Obviously, being managers of your own firm, you will be able to get entry. And we will sit down and we will work out the finer details of this enterprise, the financial compensation for both, as well as recompense if anything goes wrong. We'll outline what's required from both partners so that it is clearly understood. And from there, gentlemen, we shall all make good money. But of course, we need the South to open up first. So, may Ulrich and Tal and Shalia bring mercy and bring an end to this plague.
Yes,
Good morning.
and to you.
Nervous wave from the other end of the warehouse.
Really? What the fuck does he mean by setting up a company? What is he
Why
talking
would
about?
you mention Fallow?
Who? Oh, follow.
Yes. Gentleman, business person. Who do you represent? Criminals.
What are we doing? We're burning his ship.
I'm making stag security. That's what.
Because of one shot now, we've got to create this entire company.
More money.
More
Get
money.
our hands on them.
So what you're saying is we set up a legitimate company to fund our illegitimate illicit operations.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Because merchants do it all the time.
They do?
See what he's smuggling. Not just furs.
So why don't we find out what he's smuggling, what we're getting ourselves into?
Doesn't come until tonight, does it?
No. Very nice.
Victory!
Somebody walks past.
Up yours! Little Timothy. Fucking hell!
Holy shit. Little
No,
psycho.
I'm
yeah.
screaming.
It's the only person I'm scared of.
Climbs up your leg.
He said,
Get it off!
"Slow down."
Jeez.
Just punching the shit out my
When was the
knees.
silver shipment?
Doesn't know.
No,
So you basically told Finn,
find
he's
out.
obviously not going to run off now because there's
No.
job work to be done, but to go ahead and look into getting more information on the silver mine, basically giving them the go ahead to organise when's it going to turn up, that sort of thing.
Right.
Best for security? Criminal. You know, all the dodgy stuff.
Stag Security's got a good ring to it. That's a good one. Stag Security?
You've said to Vernick obviously to hit the shipment and prepared to hit it as it comes in.
Well, we'll have to go and...
That'll definitely prove that he needs more security.
Yeah.
Unknown to him, the security firm that he's going to employ to protect him is the one that robbed him of his first shipment.
Well, that's how you get a good security on
That's how
board.
we know you need
I mean, come on.
security.
Look what we can do.
That's how doors. That's how you know doors are run. Oh, you got really rubbish security here. They're all dead.
But remember, you've also been told that you need to get the Salzenmund.
We need to go. Well, we need to set up company there anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we need a shipment of money.
Eric's like, where the hell are they? We're setting up a company, man.
And the chair beside him. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Ooh.
Right. So we go and
By the way, you've heard of Barrett's Coffee House.
Right.
It is a front for Fallon.
okay. Where's the guys?
It's no. Trying to keep this away
go
from
and
You're going to walk in there and he's going to be like, you can't come in here, you're not invited. Yeah, we're setting up a company. Uh-huh.
we are really.
No.
This is our 5-year business plan and everything.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Well, you're getting the money. So it's not, well, it's, when I say it's front, it's not. So basically, he owns all the buildings around it.
Yeah.
Barrett's is an independent
Right.
place that you can't just walk into. You can only be invited in, and he has the cellars underneath.
Right.
And that's when you have met up. So basically, everyone sees Barrett's and they see everyone moving around and they're doing all these big merchant deals and all this sort of stuff. It is the capital of the province.
So we need Jacob to
Um,
invite us.
well, Esterbrook has extended an invite, so he's going to be there in the next 2 weeks. So Fallow has no actual impact on Barrett's. Barrett's is literally where all the money and all the deals go through, and he's basically like, he's got interests around it, but he's not involved physically in that because he's very much all he is a smuggler.
Yeah.
But for all these above board deals, there's lots of sneaky deals, and they all funnel that down to the Verdon's gang. Yeah? So he's the shadow, he's the cellar underneath the main place. So every time you rock up, you're never getting in through the front door, but you're walking through the back door, so you're aware of that. And there is time, it's one of those classic things where you see where, the guys are out in the cold looking into the warm place, everyone's sitting there in the most expensive clothes, drinking coffee, and you're like, people like yourself who are like, we're never going to get into there. You're going to need serious coin, or you need someone that's going to not promote you, vouch for you. You've got to be. It's an invite only. Either that, or you just got to have so much money that they'll look past it.
Well, we've got a way in now, though. Esterbrook said we.
Esterbrook's invited you in.
So, right, okay, we're going to pay a visit to Vernick.
He's outside the front.
Yeah. Okay. Well, go walk over to him.
Yeah. Okay. You see him lying. Did you just chase that guy? I've never seen a guy ride off so fast, looking over his shoulder. You touch him on the bum again.
It's my thing. I've got it.
Yeah. Always wonder though, right? When it's your thing, why that middle finger always goes like that.
You can never use the hammer.
Yeah, you have to drop that in.
Gary! Please take your finger out of there. You've got really sharp nails.
That's not the finger.
Lift them up onto their toes.
How long's your finger?
What's up?
Right. We've had a little chat with our man Esterbrook.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is this. We're going to, all of us, going to set up our own company. Me and Fordel are going to go to Strasbourg, wherever it is.
Strasbourg?
Strasbourg!
Never heard of it.
You know it. You have.
No.
You have!
No. I think it's somewhere else.
Salzman or something, wasn't it?
Salzenmund.
Salzenmund! That's what I
Okay.
said. That's what I said, clearly.
Strasbourg?
Strasbourg! Where's Strasbourg?
What time is it? Hey, you wouldn't believe any of this if you saw it on TV. Just had a funny turn.
Yeah. So, Fordel and I are going to Salzenmund.
Yeah, well, I assumed that when Fallow said where he wanted.
Yeah, no, but we're also going there to set up official company.
We're going official, boss?
We are going official, but unofficial.
1 second.
Cover.
Back of my head hurts a bit.
Fordel, explain.
I'll cover for our shady business.
Yeah.
I thought that's what Grendel and Avery was.
Yeah, but more money.
This is ours.
This could be ours if we moved against Fallow.
But rather making... What?
What?
I didn't even see what we learned. What?
Just saying. Fallow takes 80%.
Right. But this way, we'll have our own. We'll just...
Well, Fallow's going to want a piece. It's going to be 80.
Fallow doesn't need to know.
And how? Really?
Got to.
If you don't tell him.
The hell is Fallow inland revenue? Every just wants to take everything of him.
Yeah.
Bastard!
He runs the north.
If he's in the company, that we've got to go and organise.
Mm.
I'm just saying, boss, it's not just you that's going to get.
Well,
rolled
why
over
don't?
if you try and
I think.
cut him out of it.
Well, no,
I think.
come out. Get
Sorry.
us situated.
That'll be ours.
Plus, we'll be able to hear more through the company.
Set it up and it works. I don't know what your deal is with it.
Don't know.
But it'll definitely make you valuable more.
Unless we get a.
Maybe it'll bump you up the rank. Instead of just running a small crew, maybe give you more. Work your way to the top. I like it.
That's so.
Okay, well, that's going to be taken care of. But I think what we need to do is find out what's on this shipment first, because you think there's something else.
So are you saying basically if it looks like it's worth, leave the furs, but if there's something else there, grab it? Or do you want us to find out and send word to you?
We want to know what we're up against.
Don't touch it. Find out what's there. Let you know. If we can, and you want to, wait the shipment. If not, we'll just want to see what happens.
Yeah.
Alright. You're going to be in Salzenmund.
And we'll be in Salzenmund.
Okay. You waiting for the lads to get back? Head off?
Yeah, well, see, get a quick update and then we'll head out. You want to see? What's that noise?
What noise? You turn to me or Vernick? Are we in game or out of game?
Oh, out of game.
Oh, we're out of game. What noise?
It almost sounds like Terminator. When he's crawling like that.
Oh,
Mm.
it's the big fridge.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's the cooler on the back.
It's like everywhere.
That sound.
Well, they're due behind about an hour.
Alright. Where's Marie? Marie here?
No.
We're not in that place.
A couple of days south of here. We'll just play some dice if you want.
No.
Ah.
I never win.
It's because you're shit.
That's why I don't like to play.
Ronaldo doesn't like you.
It's true.
See? Not see.
Why does that name sound? I was just when you said Ronaldo, goes, why does that name sound familiar? I was like, oh yeah. What are you talking about? Me and him are mates? We go way back.
Somebody else.
Oh yeah, that was a different guy.
You
Sorry.
did that for a joke as well.
Sorry, Vernick. I thought it was somebody else.
Yeah. Who is?
Well, you can easily, an hour can go past very quickly unless you actually want to go.
Meanwhile, somewhere.
They're dead.
He dies.
Right, they're dead. That's hilarious. Pretend you got the sword in. The rest of the lads right up. Oh my god, got you.
I'll go find some women to pester.
Okay. Well, there is, more houses.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, what are you doing?
Guys.
So you play dice for an hour. Do you remember to come back? Morning. Cortex cat just shit itself. Not literally, by the way. Just stretched in her sleep and knocked the picture over. Stupid cat.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do I forget to come back? Depends on what kind of time I'm having.
Fantastic time.
Absolutely forgotten instantly.
Right. An hour goes by. He doesn't look like he's sure. See Ebert, Nilna and Remy come riding in. Boss.
Hi.
Welcome back. You've been missed. This is Ebert. Disco.
Thelma. Get a little hammer, will you?
Who's Thelma?
Thelma.
Oh, Belmore, yeah.
Get a little
Alright,
hammer.
boss. Dum. Walked the horse, knocked it out.
On good.
Telegram from Margot. Yeah. So, those things. Do you want us to? Are we waiting for Arnung?
Tell us what you know.
Remy's like, Go on, about you go first. You know the port, Emsrank, just up the coast, about a day's journey from here. There's a guy there, Meinhard Mangles, making quite a bit of coin with his business. It's a weird one. I'm thinking that we can get a piece of it. He bought up a load of real estate. Yeah, after the last Norse raid. Did a lot of repair jobs. Took on a load of buildings in a block. Put them all together. Right, I mean, we're talking knocking out walls. Puts them together in one massive big building. All right, a load of properties. Makes them into one lodge. And he's calling it the biggest inn in the empire. Never seen anything like it. I was down there. It is huge. One single door in the middle, and just rooms, right? Multiple floors. It's insane, right? He's got one whole floor dedicated to gambling. He's got whores going in and out of there. He's got a couple of opium centre rooms. He's making a lot of money. He's got his own crew running the protection there. So if we want to move on it, we might have to
Take them out.
Or maybe we'll just invest, I don't know, maybe get a slice of it, but you've never seen anything like it. You're talking 12 buildings, but inside it's just one big building, lots of rooms all over the place. Never seen it in anything like this before. And he's, it's only one of his biggest in the empire. He's not lying. He's making a lot of coin. I mean, literally, you want to see he's got the best cars, the best clothes. He's got clientele going in and out there, official, anyone's starting to stay there. People are coming in on vessels. That's where they want to stay. Never seen anything like it.
Got any Norse in his crew? Norsemen,
I
sorry.
suppose, yeah, well, we all do, don't we?
If we can invest.
Well, he might just want an extra bit of coin. He might be willing to pay just for us to look the other way, You never know. He's making enough. And it's regular income daily.
Put some feelers out.
Alright. You look up the Kraken! This went unexpected. Nil says, right, well, look, and then you'll start to walk down. You approach us, he goes, right, there's this big time merchant out in Nuln. He's staying in Salzenmund, renting a room at the Grand. He's laying out a lot of coin for entertainment. Just thinking that perhaps we can get, help him offload a bit. I reckon he was running away from the plague. He's been there a while, but he's quite the party goer. Thinking
He's got money.
Yeah, he's laying out all over the place.
So what does he do for a living?
At the moment, he's just partying.
Is he? So why don't we have one now? Where does he stay?
He's at the Grand in Salzenmund.
He's at the Salzenmund.
Yeah.
Everyone's at the Salzenmund.
Well, it's the centre of the province, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, but he came up from Nuln.
What's his name?
Actually, I don't know it. Oh, sorry.
Not very good.
I just heard that there's a guy throwing a lot of money around. I was thinking maybe we could lighten that load for him.
Oh, he's easy with it.
Yeah.
We need that money.
That's what I'm thinking. He's wasting it.
Yeah, but if he's a man who's got business intellect, now what I'm thinking is we could do with a man, because we need to set up a legitimate company.
What now?
What?
You legit?
Say what?
You going legit?
What? No.
This is Nelma, by the way. Huh?
Who's oh yeah.
Who's Nelma? Who are you? I'm one of your crew boss.
You're so far down the pecking order. I constantly forget who you are. Who's he? I'm Nilma. I've been here for 10 years.
Blah, blah, blah. What the hell's that little? Who are you?
Yeah. La. And who are you again?
Well, you could do that. Or I could just take a couple of lads and put a knife in him and take his money off him.
No. I want to know what makes this guy have the money that he has. How did he come by this money?
Really?
What do you mean, really? We're trying to set up a legitimate business.
So you all want to go legit?
Trying to make it look legit.
Yes, what he says.
What you say?
Yes.
Me unexpectedly shouts, make his breakfast. What the hell?
You Marie?
Yeah, I do.
Who? No, that's true. Yeah, make his breakfast. Sorry, what?
No, but
He's
run
still-
security.
Right? I'm not doing the thing with the warhammer. Right, you.
Set up security. Then
Yeah.
we know which places are security.
What
We
about
can
the old
easily
days where we're just in there, quick snick, walk off?
still do that.
So far, it's not happening.
We're going to do that on the other guy,
What other guy?
one with all the money.
Listen, Filmer.
So we are going to... So
Yes.
I can hit this guy.
Yeah. Then we go up and say,
Thelma.
It's in Filmer, isn't it?
Filmer. Nilma.
Sorry. Oh God, he's gonna be the. He's gonna
I
be like.
grew up with you. Why did you... You're an asshole.
Did he? Did he actually?
Yes.
All right. That's so good.
you're not getting oxygen in your head, are you?
This fucker all the time. Right, Thelma. Fuck off.
You wonder why they call you Little Ham.
Well, we don't. We know why they call him Little Hammer.
Why do we call me Little Hammer?
You got a tiny cock.
That is not true.
It is.
No, it isn't.
Not always cool.
It is always cold.
It's the North.
It is the North. Why are we just stating and shouting the facts?
Regardless of truth, saying, and Arnung, oh yeah, the guy with this tiny cock. He didn't have a tiny cock. Right, I'm going to Fiverr and I'm going to get something at home with a massive package. Did you have a sausage down his pants that day? He's going to walk around the place just constantly proving that he isn't tiny.
Mm.
It's, you know, it's perspective. I'm a big lad. Mm-hmm.
Mm. I have a good time. That's all that counts. Isn't that right?
No, it was New Year's were closed, but like, you know. It's a bit of open therapy there, boss.
What?
You looked at him and said, I always have a good time, don't I?
What do you think I do when you're sleeping?
You're
I wouldn't
screaming?
know.
That's a small joke, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That's a good one. What was that? No, nothing. Hey! I'm finished.
Just thought I had a spermy fart. Weird.
Right.
Anyone smell a cum?
That's sick.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Can I just knife the guy and take his money?
No, because we're trying to set up a illegitimate business, because we want to set up our own company. We want to get away from being Barlow's bitches.
So that means we can't stab him anymore.
Why don't we do less stabbing, more thinking?
Because it's a quick win.
It's a quick win, but what if
But
this?
he's business savvy.
Yes, that's what. Yes, that's
I know
him.
what you're saying, but if everything starts going down that route, then you're not going to be throwing coin at the fallow look. If you just have some quick wins, you can keep throwing money at him.
Still be doing quick wins. I'm saying.
We're doing quick wins, but if this guy is just throwing money, I wonder where that money comes from. And if he is business savvy, we could use somebody like that.
He's come to my attention because he's throwing money down the drain and getting pissed all the time. It doesn't sound like he's savvy.
Must have a lot of money then.
Hence, stab him and take it.
But I wonder where he gets his money from.
Or got it from.
Yeah.
Because he might be a good sort.
For fallow.
For us,
For us.
we just don't tell follow.
So you don't want to stab him. But you want a high risk, low.
You can rough him up.
Alright, yeah. Okay.
And then be his friend.
None of the pointy stuff.
Rough him up, be his friend.
What? No. They rough him up. We be his friend.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Say we can give you security.
Yeah.
Could I rob some of his money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what he's carrying?
You're the guy who roughs him up. Do what you want. Just don't kill him.
Alright. I'll get his name.
That'll be a start.
That'll be the end. I won't start with his name.
Beginning. So, what else have we got?
Remy's, I don't actually have a lot of. Well, I've got no money ideas at the moment. I'm pretty much tapped out, but
You never have any money ideas.
well, that's not what you pay us for anyway.
What
You
do-
pay us any-
We don't pay you? You don't get paid?
Well, I get some money from the other jobs that we're doing.
Why doesn't he get paid?
These are bastards.
I'm not a bastard. This is the first time
Really?
that I'm hearing that you don't get paid.
These are physically the biggest orphans in Hargendorf, and you're not a bastard.
I'm not claiming that we're not a bastard.
You just said I'm not a bastard.
Oh yeah, but I didn't mean
Actually-
it. I didn't mean it in a literal sense. I mean
Philosophical. I
philosophical.
promise, Stalia, I can go philosophical all day.
Let's not go too deep because then I'm gonna
Apparently,
get lost.
His hammer.
Oh, whatever.
you can't go too deep. Apparently. So, right. Good news, bad news. I don't even mean the bit that I don't have a job on. Right. I'm aware of this little gang setting up shop in Dietershafen. They've taken up a little bit of light, similar work as us. The crew doesn't have a name itself, but there's 4 fellas starting up. They've started to do a little bit
Hire
of
them.
security. Hire them?
Make them
I
ours.
don't even know who they are. I mean,
Make
how do we know we can trust them?
them ours.
What, as in, you want a slice of the pie? Or
No, I want them to join our crew. We're expanding.
Alright.
So you do what you need to do, rough them up, show them who's boss, and then say, well, actually, why don't you, since you don't have a crew, why don't you join ours?
Well,
Stag security, it's called.
You roughed them up. Stag security.
I think there's something very common going on here, isn't it?
Why?
Huge amount, a crime wave, at the same time as Stag Security increases its holdings. There's no connection there at all.
No one
So,
will suspect a thing.
yeah. Alright.
But don't tell anybody about stag security. Just rough them up.
Well, that was a bit of telling it's Stag Security.
Yeah, obviously not.
Where's Stag Security? You need security. Punch.
So,
No, no, I'll do the job. You want them in. What if they don't want to join us?
yeah, kill them. Do or die. That's how we roll.
Or let them run their own little outfit and just take a piece of the pie. Let
Why?
them take all the risk. Free money.
No, it's
Why?
Because they take all the
And
risk.
what if so many years down the line that
because
risk becomes
that's
our
what
problem,
we do with fallow.
Well, as they get bigger, then we reevaluate.
and then they want to take us out?
There's 4 of them, and if they get bigger, we can reevaluate. Just hit them up and say, you can operate in our turf as long as you give us a piece of the pie. Free money knock up. No choice, boss. It's
But
if you want
we
to
get
do
the
it.
money from them. Like, no, we still need to fix
Well, give us a,
Meister.
I'm thinking we need a bigger crew. That's what I'm thinking, because what were you saying? You know-
We'll have to expand eventually.
You know this place that you were. What was it? Tell me. You know.
The inn.
Yes, that inn. I was walking out and I heard this inn thing, and then I went, what's
M's crank.
M's Crank?
Yeah.
Yes,
Maynard Mango's place.
yes.
Yeah.
The biggest. What is it? Is it
The biggest inn in the empire.
the biggest in the empire? Why isn't that ours?
Just opened.
Let's
You
make it
weren't
ours. Make
You
it
heard
ours.
about it, so I've told you.
Let's
Yeah.
make it ours.
That's what we're trying to do, which is the discussion before. We need to figure out if they want investment.
No. We want it. We want it. It's ours.
Alright.
But we need a big crew. We need to expand our crew. Find a new home.
So if we invest it, we might be able to
We have nothing
take in
to.
their crew.
We have nothing to invest.
Well, we find out if
if
he
it's
wants
the-
investment.
If it's the biggest inn, he's going to want a lot of coin, which we don't have.
Well, we'll have equity in a minute. Or not in a minute. A couple of nights' time.
What equity?
Silver.
Which we don't know.
Oh, we'll find it now, won't we?
Okay. How soon can you find out about the silver?
That's Finn. Well, I'm waiting to leave.
Actually,
It'll take us about a week, maybe a week and a half, to get down to the Silver Hills.
this guy was pissing up money. Take every penny that he's got.
Right?
The,
That's the order.
the silver thing. We want every penny right now in the short term. We need to get quick bucks as much as we can without follow no one. We take this to the inn and see how much we can invest.
First off, we need more information on the Bergster, the mayor. They wanted more money. Why they wanting more?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, we need to wait for them. Is it we're gonna come in?
Yeah, evening tide, no doubt. Wait for the vessel to come in. That's when they'd come for the coin.
Mm. Then, if this inn is making as much money as you claim, then that money should be ours.
What?
The inn
Yeah?
making a lot of coin.
Do you want a piece of it?
I want it all.
Okay.
So we need to put feelers out.
So we give them an option. Either let us in as a business, 50-50 partnership, or we take it all.
Right.
What sort of crew size do we need to run this?
The inn?
Yeah.
To physically move in there?
Yeah.
A couple of dozen.
How many have they got?
Couple of dozen.
So can we get a couple of dozen?
Might not need a
Actual
couple of
trusted
dozen.
guys?
Trust can. We can bully trust into them.
Well, obviously there's
So they've got a
nine
couple
of
of
us. We can,
couple of dozen there that we can bully.
yeah, we could take some of their guys. No
Yeah.
doubt.
Start off with the biggest.
Maybe the other four in Dietershaven might be interested, but they'll want a piece.
Well, they can run the security. We'll run the entire operation. We'll give them a cut of the security.
Well, there's 12. If we can get some of Mangel's crew to swap sides, that'd be enough.
Okay, so these four in
Dietershaven.
Dietershaven.
Yeah.
Why don't we propose they work for us as security, because we need men, loyal men, and whatever operation they want to run on the side they can, and we will allow it.
Protection racket.
Yes.
Security.
We will turn a blind eye to whatever they want to do to make extra coin, but they ultimately work for us,
Give us a cut of what they make.
and a percentage of whatever they make.
They'll get a percentage of whatever they make on the side, but they're also going to get a percentage of what we make
Well, we will employ them.
in M-Shrank.
They work for us. We will employ them as security for the inn.
So they've got to knock up, but you'll be knocking down.
A bit, yeah. Well, they do exactly what we do.
Yes.
They run their business.
I suppose if you're moving over, this is Vernick, so if you're moving over to M-Shrank, you could give them the smuggling run.
Mm. Yeah.
So you step up and they move across.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll Ben's like, well, I'm on the silver. Remy, go talk to them. Yeah, I can do that.
We need to see fellow.
A week ago.
It's got word.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you weren't here for 2 weeks, so
Yeah.
we only got word, we didn't reply. He's been waiting a week. And he knows that on average it's 3 days, but you haven't been able to get there sooner because of so much shit you've got going on with the elves.
Yeah. The elves, they needed us.
Yeah.
No, yeah, moving house moves.
Yeah.
It can be, crazy times.
Yeah.
So we all know what we're doing.
Are you waiting?
Yes, and we're gonna wait for the mayor and the
It'll only be Engelberg. Now,
Ingleberg.
you know Engelberg, he's got a reputation earned. You got to remember this is like one of the guys, like a union guy.
Yeah.
Specifically, Engelberg is a hard man. He lives in Hargendorf. You know, he has an office in town. When he needs men, he generally goes to the local dockman guild, but he can access actual soldiers if needs be because he's an official. He's a hard man. He's an exceptional fist fighter. He's got a well-earned reputation, and he's not afraid of you guys at all because he's got not only the authority of the actual crown, but he is a genuine hard fighter. He's a hard man, hence why he's he's the lead excise man. Vernick tells you again, that his last visit to the wharf, he told Vernick that unless you want your operation known to the authorities, you pay up more, and the premium's gone up. And he is expected to return today and pick up 150 crowns from the takings. 150 is obviously a higher amount. Normally you'd be paying him 90. By default, he would get 90 back, a coin purse of 99. His last message was, I'll be back and I'll expect 150.
What do we know about him? Like, we'll know enough about him, like family, anything like that.
Yeah, you know where he lives, you know where his office is, married, 5 kids. He's got a mistress on the side. The wife knows about it. Works directly for Dankmar. Fights. He does bare knuckle fighting on the side for fun. Yeah, he's a notorious hard ass. You paid him off because it was easier. Because killing an official is a big step.
Yeah.
So we'll crack on and leave you with it? Or do you want us to hang back?
No. What a lie, I got this.
Well, we'll crack on and obviously you've got, right, do you want, you've got to consider, does everyone just meet up back here or do you want them to head to Salzenmund with any information how they get it? Finn is obviously going down to the silver mines, he's not going to be back for a couple of weeks. Vernick is staying local. You've got Eberg is heading to Emskrank. That's 3 or 4 days journey. Nilma is going to be heading to Salzenmund, but you can't take him through the Eonir lands. And Remy is heading to Teachershaven. So don't want them just to head back here when they've got info. Right. Okay, right. What do you want to do with Belmont? Because Belmont doesn't generate money. Belmont just enforces he just backs up anybody that you need him to back up. Do you want Belmont to go with, or do you want him to stay here? Because he'll just start doing free work for Grindle and Avery.
Send him with Finn. Because if he's going to the silver... Finn's going to the silver mine?
Yeah.
You send him with Finn.
Okay. So what will basically happen is all your your ales and your brandy and all that are coming in tonight. They'll just be stored at the warehouse until these all come back together again. Because you guys are the ones that distribute it. You don't personally. Sometimes you'll go when you want to do it, so. But these, the lads you're sending off, they're the ones that drive the wagons around the province delivering.
Yeah.
You're sending them all off on the big gamble, individually to do their own job. So this stuff will just be stored here until you get back. Yeah. Okay. So they head off. The evening passes on until the evening. When the continues until the tide comes in. With it, you see the Grindle and Avery vessel coming in, and the staff, prepare themselves. They're at the side of the dock waiting for the vessel to come in, where they're going to moor it up and offload it. While this is happening, you see the shape of Engelberg, very distinct. Sleeveless vests, massive arms and quarter muscle around a brutal head. As he comes strolling down towards you, he's carrying a yardstick, which you've known him to give brutal beatings to get in his way. He is very good at what he does, and he does run the tax collection, the Iron Fist. More than one business has been utterly destroyed by not paying in time. He'll ransack the whole place and sell off the belongings within just to get the money. He's a brute. He's the same as you, but wears a uniform. Norseman.
How far does his power run?
Hargendorf.
Alright.
There's other excise men, but he's the lead. He run, you know, he,
Just Hargendorf.
yeah,
Where's this inn? What area is this in?
Hargendorf.
The inn, the biggest inn?
That's in, that's a couple of days to the east,
Alright.
in Emskrank. So that'll have its own Burgermeister, its own
Oh, yeah.
it'll have its own Burgermeister, its own excisemen. Yeah, he's just the head of them.
Right, okay.
Alright, he runs excisemen. You can't get them, you know. He could shut down the wharf. He could stop Grindle trading. You know. That's
So his power does his power extend to Emskrank?
No, only each
Just
one is
only
to the city.
each
and the
one.
surrounding.
Alright, okay.
So he's like
So-
the local area.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Emskrank will have its own.
Yeah,
Alright, okay.
each city has its own
Alright.
people. Yeah, its own jurisdiction. So yeah, I saw he comes strolling around, strolling down. You got me money? Seems a bit light there on him. I was quite clear with Vernick, or the stupid bastard not passed on me info.
The thing is, Ingeborg. Ingeborg? It was Ingeborg.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The thing is, Ingeborg, Fordel and I were on, we were dealing with other matters. We've only just heard.
Is that right?
Do we have any reason to lie to you? Have we ever lied?
It would be stupid to do so. Well, after all, we're business partners, aren't we?
We are business
We
partners.
benefit each other.
So, since we are business partners and we are looking to benefit each other, I think based on the cuts that we give you, we give others, and paying the lads, and it doesn't, our pockets are aren't lined like they used to be. So, I'm thinking we need to think bigger.
Think bigger.
So, Fordel and I are thinking of expanding our operation, which means more cut in your pocket,
Right.
Not from this.
not from this. Because this cut is
Just get to the point, you're boring me. I've got me rounds to do. What do you want?
how about we just ignore this for now? Keep it to the 80,
90.
90.
It better not be that late. Otherwise, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to take some.
What do we usually give him, 80 or 90?
90.
Oh, we do that. We've just got 80. No, 80.
Yeah.
90, okay.
You're sitting there with an extra 10 coins going.
So, we stick with the usual, 90, and allow us to expand, because we are going to expand, 100%, and we could give you a bigger cut, more money in your pocket.
Still listening.
So, we'll be in touch.
I'll be back in a fortnight. I'll tell Dagmar that. An increase is coming.
We've got some business in Salzmann.
Well, don't let us down and don't make us come looking for you. How long? Until we see some of this profit.
Well, how about we update you in a fortnight? See where we're at.
All
'Cause
right.
the lads are out doing their runs right now, getting us the information that we need.
I saw them all leaving the.
And Emskrank.
What the hell has Emskrank got to do with me?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does, because I've got no sway over there. It's a different place. What's that going to do?
What we make in Emskrank is our business. We make you an interested party. You're a businessman. You get a cut of the business. You help us, and then we can mutually benefit from that, because we could use a man like you when we expand and get bigger.
Be careful, I ain't like you, yeah? I'm an official. And this is just a little piece of the cake there. A little lift up to me.
It will be official. It's an official business. We'll make you one of our partners. Officially, because it will be an official business. Not what we do now. This will be official.
Got anything nice coming in today I could have a sample of? What you got?
As usual.
Yeah, so nothing fancy. Something shiny for the missus.
Let's see what I can do.
I'll send it up to the office. I'll be back in 2 weeks' time for an update. I'll keep Dankmar happy for now, but better not be selling us down the river.
Would I do that to you? I need a man like you. I need a man like you to expand. I need you. And I would not.
Oh, it wouldn't be clever.
I thought we were, becoming friends.
No. That's not happening. You're a criminal. You act. And I am paid to look the other way. That's as close as we're going to get.
But a criminal can make you a lot of money.
Well, that's the only reason that we're still talking. Because, let's be honest, lads, somebody else could take your place like that.
True.
That's the other thing you don't seem to understand is I keep people from actually raising their head above the parapet. Because I like to keep things smooth. Dankmar likes to keep things smooth. We come down hard on people that even look like they could cause a problem because we like the way things are. Are you going to increase it? Then we'll increase our stronghold around here as well. We'll keep people in check. I'm not just sitting here looking pretty. I earn every single coin that you give. Yeah? I earn this as a wage. This is a bonus.
And you're right. And your bonus should be bigger. That's what we're saying.
Well, that's what I was saying. But you come back with a 90. I'll tell Dankmar, we'll give it a couple of weeks. We'll revisit this and see what happens.
I'll find something for the missus.
That'll be nice. Yeah, you can send it to the office.
Which one?
My office.
No,
Which missus?
Depends what you've got.
How about one for each?
The old missus is a bit bigger than the new missus, so whatever fits.
You got to keep them both sweet.
Tell me about it. It's an expensive job in itself. Well, lads, let you get on with the job. Pleasure doing business with you. Slides the belt into an inside pocket of his tunic and...
Fucking what? What are you doing? Nothing? Was it dropping drafty in here?
Mr. Fly.
Wasn't me.
The classic golf club accident, the big water swinging past over his head.
Yeah. Ah! Oh! Oopsies.
Yeah, so basically the ship starts getting offloaded and he wanders off up the...
We'll find him something for his missus, for his troubles.
Yeah.
Something nice and shiny. Some jewellery or something.
Well, you can just pick up something. There's nothing on the ship.
Oh, I'll just fucking nick something. Just go in and go, I'll take this. This is for his wife. Keeping sweet. But nah.
Criminal in the universe.
Wait till we murder your family.
It's like, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's a shame.
If you find
There's
the
5
money,
kids in you. Only got one.
well, if he's found the money a bit tight, we should loosen the load on his family then.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. We're helping him out. We're doing a service to him.
Yeah. You want more money? Okay, that's one job.
No, he's
Go.
saying he's finding it difficult to
No, he's not. He
Run-
just wants more money because he's a crook.
run the missus, so we'll just kill them both.
Chop the head.
Chop the heads. You're sick.
Yeah. Ha! Wait till they wake up and notice that. I don't think you understand how this works, fella. Right. Yeah. So you could. Right. What are you doing now? So he's wandered off.
So he's wandered off.
The ship's gonna get offloaded.
We'll send something. We'll do what he said. We'll try and find some. We'll get him something for his missus. Both
Yeah,
of
you
them.
can easily just go to one of the, somebody on the street and go in there, buy this
Yeah.
and coin, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and just get him something for his troubles, and then we'll keep him sweet for now.
Poison.
What I'll do is I'll update each one of these later on. I've got the notes there. Right. So what he's doing, he's heading out onto Salzenmund.
We'll head out to Salzenmund.
Going to use the Elven Glades
Yes.
to get there.
Big time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just some word, right?
Well, so you head out on horseback through the Elven Glades. It takes you, instead of 3 or 4 days, it takes you a couple of hours. You get there as the sun is setting, and the doors are still open. You ride through the doors into the capital of the province. Salzenmund is the traditional capital of the prince. He has his palace here, the Grand Prince, or the Elector Count. He is an official, though frowned upon by, or not frowned upon, but sort of belittled, laughed at by the other provinces. He is fierce, highly intelligent, and a hell of a man, to be put bluntly, even from a criminal point of view, sort of thing. There's nothing, very little is known or corrupt about this guy, but he has been incorrigible for the last 3 or 4 years. Nordland, of course, has survived the ravages of the plague. For maybe it is the blessings of Shalia or Ulrich himself. But again, the forests aren't the nicest place in the world, and unlike the rest of humanity, whereas you don't worry about the Eonir, the people of Salzenmund, the people of all the cities that are around the forest itself, still believe in the stories that the elves steal you and your children away for horrible rites and leave you dead. It's all lies. Never happened, not once. But that didn't stop the people believing in this. Riding into Salzenmund itself, it is a place of a very high population, tall buildings. It's an old, fortified city. The smell and stench of humanity is strong. With the shout of ward below, there's dirty water. Excrement is thrown out of the upper windows. Even in the daylight, that the streets themselves can be dark as the buildings tend to sort of lean towards each other, having been built upon stone and become timber. Overall, Salzenmund is a sweltering pot of grime and scumbag and villainy. But to those with money, it is the jewel of the province. And here you are just two amongst many.
Yeah.
Making your way to Fallow's block, as it were. Again, you see the whitewashed, tall building of Barrett's coffee house. It takes up an entire corner of a block. You know that there's a main thoroughfare that splits into a Y. Barrett's is the main point with a door literally on the corner. You do know that Fallow owns the properties around it in the rest of the block itself. And they are literally just places of where all the different crews will turn up, where there's a lot of stolen belongings, illicit drugs. There's all kinds of horrible things. He literally owns and controls the northern province crime wave, and you know that the Verdens gang, they're known as smugglers, but they're involved in everything that you could possibly imagine. Some things that are even possibly too disgusting for you to get involved in.
Yeah, taxman. Taxman.
Yeah. You, as usual, you ride to the block and you look past Barrett's house. There's a place that is off limits to you by order of Fallow. Never mind the fact that, simply put, the average citizen couldn't even get in there. It seems to just shine. It is so well lit. It's walls whitewashed. It is a place of the highest level of financial transfers, and merchant deals are made here that impact cities far and wide. It is the centre of Nordland, but it affects so much and so far. It is always just a place that you want to be in. You know, for example, that you are well ahead of the journey that Esterbrook took. He's going to take days to get here. So you make your way around the back. There's an area you come through. It is strange enough at the front, where is Barrett's house. Near the back of the block, it is two main businesses, one being the butchers, another one being a dyers. The dyers, of course, and the butchers are deliberately placed there to stop people moving into the back of this block and looking too closely, as both give off incredible stench. the dyers, basically their prime ingredient is urine, and of course the butchers, it's a slaughterhouse, so not only is it mixed in with animal droppings and but also the smell of dried blood. But again, this is just to protect the back of the box. You come in through the archway, avoiding the dripping cloth hanging above, not wanting to be covered in human piss. The cobblestones are slick with a mix of blood and the side effect of the dyes. You see that there are several people up to their knees and elbows in reds and blues, and think, well, life could always be worse. Butchers are chopping even at this time of night, cutting and preparing offal, and the different slices. The good slices going to the rich and powerful, and the crap being mushed together and given out. Sometimes just thrown as slops into the street for the beggars and the wraiths. Wraiths? For the beggars and homeless and veterans to squabble over. Riding in, you see Fallow's second, an old veteran, Heiko Adlam, approaches you. An old senior member of the military. He still has that gotcha! Still has the that look of a military man, and you know that he's very much cut from the same cloth as yourself. He steps out, smoking on a tightly rolled brown cheroot. The smell of the acrid smell of the tobacco, some foreign cut stuff that that normally gives him away. Pushes ahead of him as he blows out into the night. There's an evil glint about this man. You are capable of many things, but you don't, no doubt, consider yourself to actually genuinely be evil. With this guy, there's a coldness about him. Reputation is that he after he left the army, he needed somewhere to go, and he carved his way to Fallow's attention, and eventually, for some reason, Fallow found a loyal man. By his side, you can see the foreign, very curved tip of his dagger that he uses. You've seen him slice muscle and sinew from a man's body in strokes. It is remarkably sharp. It's a foreign blade, which is rumoured he took from a foreign warrior that he killed during one of the many wars while he was still young. He's literally like that as he walks out. Blows the acrid smoke out in the air. Even amongst the piss and shit around you, the smell of whatever this stuff is that smokes is very cloying. It's sickly sweet. Took your time getting you.
We came as soon as we heard.
Follow in, Abby. Follow me. You don't need to worry about that, do you? You go down a flight of stairs. You can feel the coolness of dropping down into the next level below. You know where you're going. You've been here before. You know what each branch heads towards. You've spent enough time here. It's up. You're curious, and I don't have any sense of where are we physically going. Very quickly it's obvious that it's the kitchens below Barrett's. Here, the smell of the street above is removed. It's gone. Instead, there's that pleasant smell of ground coffee beans and milk, and a freshness about Barrett's. Above all things, Barrett's is clean. Is clean beyond any other place. In a place where, in a time frame where people still think washing is bad for you. Everything is whitewashed. And there's only the sickly smell of his smoke and tobacco from Adlam is the only thing that puts it off. But again, you're looking at all these jars, and you can see these roots are being prepared, and all the smell is lovely. And it is something that you grew up and you got involved in this side of things. It's always a smell to you that seems to give you imagery of riches, of getting out of the street, getting out of the grime, and taking on a sense of respectability. Chefs, multiple, as well as barristers. And I don't mean lawyers, I mean baristas. There's serving people move out towards. They've got silver platters on their hands. They're wearing white shirts, black aprons, black trews. Hair is slicked back. Even the servants and the staff that look in here, working through here, they're not exactly paid massively, but the way they look and present themselves are just a cut above your own level of your own lifestyle. You are literally leaning against one of the counters. Adlam, he's not a very approachable man, but he will talk if you need to. But if not, he'll sit silently, just smoking his cigarette and scowling at everybody. You see that the staff generally try to avoid him. You have met fellow here before, but it's a very rare occurrence. Normally, you'll meet him in his actual physical offices. You've got no hint as to why you've been summoned. Do you just wait in silence?
Where do you get that tobacco from?
Gets shipped in from the south. Araby. You want to try some? He pulls out a leather pouch. As you take it, you feel the softness of the leather. This is not a pouch made of animal hide.
I'm going to ask.
That evil smirk sort of slides across his face. He has a lack of lips that when he does talk or when he opens his mouth, it looks like a knife cut. Takes another draw. You roll yourself a cigarette. Have you had these before?
No.
Then you're a bit taken back by the strength of it. The smell of the exhale is as equally repugnant as the taste on your tongue. Yeah, man smoke.
It's different.
Put hair on your eyes. Takes his pouch back. So,
I belong to a eunuch.
what's a eunuch?
What is a eunuch?
Well, it's a small pouch, wasn't it?
It's not that small, it was,
A couple of eunuchs in.
Eunuch. Have you seen a eunuch?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I know what a eunuch is. But what are you saying? I took it from him?
Hmm?
I made it out of a eunuch.
You make it out of a eunuch?
No.
Did you make the pouch?
You made it yourself?
Out of what?
Skin?
Kind of skin.
Human skin?
It's a human.
What?
It's a human's.
You just
Yeah.
said.
What part of it?
Why?
Intrigued.
Why?
Good work.
Yeah, it's good craftsman.
Just don't move. Walks down the kitchen to the to the stairs that lead down. He just sort of stands there looking at you to the other end of the kitchen.
Yeah.
After a while, door opens and you see a fellow come down. With him is a man in a clear Ulrican priest. He's got a wolf pelt around his shoulders. His hair, unlike the more wilder priests.
Throw him in the furnace. We taking no chances.
We saved you, fellow! This priest's hair is slicked back with animal fat into a ponytail. Around his neck, you can see a heavy metal. It's not meant for, it's not an expensive piece. It's it's beaten iron, effectively, in the stylized version of a U. He's one of the Ulricans are generally, when you meet a priest, they're devout.
This ain't good.
This guy is clearly somebody devout even amongst them. The stylized U, for example, is part of a subset of priests that absolutely believe in what's known as the Evernacht, where Ulrich will destroy all of his enemies and that includes specifically these days worshippers of Sigma during the coldest winter, and only the strong will survive. They are, to a man, incredibly robust martial combatants and very zealous in defence of the Ulrican pride. Beside him, you see another man. He's got a bit of a gait to him. It's strange, as you see these two walking down the stairs. The third man, he seems to be rocking as he walks down the stairs. Obviously, solid timber stairs. The ground isn't moving, but he seems to be uneasy as he does walk down. He's got an easy smile. He's got a flair to him. There's a bit of a look to his clothing. Low collared, down to the chest. Got coins. He's got rings on his hands, a couple of jewellery necklaces around his neck, and an easy smile on his face.
So, crook, a priest, and a sailor walking over.
Yeah, funny, Fordel. I summoned you here a week ago.
We came as soon as we heard. We were.
And why were you here a week ago?
Because we were helping some house move house.
You were helping somebody move house?
Mm-hmm.
You think this is funny?
Not at all. That's why
I put myself on the line for you. I've said I've got two good men that can do a job, and you just turn up a week late and piss about laughing.
We aren't laughing. I'm stating a fact. We had other things we needed to
Moving house for a friend.
Elf friends?
Elf friends. You're taking the piss now, aren't you?
No.
You've got elf friends. Nobody has elf friends.
Yeah, we don't have elf friends.
Right. Sorry. He looks to the guy that's still at the stairs, and he is literally like the guy with the deep collared neck. Right, this is Tavian Mendenhall. All right, my name's a lot easier if you just try to roll it off your tongue.
Tavia Mendenhall.
Yeah, I like him. Right. He's going to be heading north. You've got a job. He's going to be meeting you. Where are we meeting you?
North.
Yeah.
Claw.
I don't know why I haven't wrote that. There's a blank bit where I obviously didn't write it down. Sorry. Where am I? Salzenmund. He's going to meet you at... That's weird. Shouldn't have been there either. Dieter Shaven. Yeah. You meet at Dieter Shaven.
That's where we had that.
He's the free trader captain. Recognise his face. Look for the vessel. What's it called? It's called Minotaur. There you go. Alright, done. You better get yourself away. Righto there, follow me, old friend. Nice to meet you. I'm Tavion. Look for Minotaur, Dieter Shaven. See you then in a few days.
See you later, Tavion.
For the trip.
As always. I hate land. Wanders off.
Hey, Chief.
So...
Right. I'm going to introduce you to a very good friend of ours, of the whole organisation, and of Nordland itself. This is Sicarius Elisar.
Sicarius Elisar. Sicarius. Yep.
The priest has obviously remained quiet, hasn't said a word until such time, as he's told, as he's introduced. Are you devout, my sons? Do you follow the true gods of man, Ulrich, and all his strictures and his penances?
No, his brothers.
We're slightly lean.
I've got the Tal signature.
We're slightly leaning towards Tal, but we aren't really strict.
Tal is acceptable. Tal is the brother of Ulrich, and he is one of the old gods. The old faith is the faith that keep us strong.
Absolutely.
Whereas Ulrich will be the man and the god that will protect his people as he always has done, and he will bring us throughout winter. Only the strong survive. Tal himself has always been a friend to Ulrich and brother. His worshippers and ours work together. I am glad to meet you. Brothers in arms, Fighter of the old gods, unlike Sigmar and the soft-hearted southerners. I spat on you there, by the way, sorry. As you are well aware, the plague has struck this land. For 4 years it has kept it in its grip, and it has slaughtered all the weak and those of lack less than true faith. The Eonacht is upon us. This is the time when Ulrich is destroying everyone. He is killing all of his enemies, and during Eonacht, at the end of the year, we will see the great winter, and only the strong will survive, and Ulrich will rise triumphant.
The winter is coming.
Yes, winter. I like that. Winter is coming. It should be a saying. Never thought of it before. Do you believe in the might of Tal and his brother Ulrich?
We believe.
And that he should stand, all of his worshippers, those strong in faith, shall stand against those that would subvert us. This Sigma worship. Let me tell you, Sigma was an Ulrican. Did you know that?
Yes.
He worshipped Ulrich. When he became the emperor, he created the empire in the name of Ulrich. Therefore, we are all Ulricans. This false, blasphemous worship of Sigma must end because it brings weakness, and through weakness we have seen the plague. The plague has killed everything that it comes across that is not strong. Why is the North being protected? Why is the North being saved? It's because we are strong and firm believers of the old faith, and we have been rewarded. But still the empire is in the grip of a weakling, of a charlatan, a man put there by these false worshippers of Sigma, this false emperor. It is time that we take a stand, brothers. It is time that the old faith rises and this false Sigmarite is removed.
What's a job?
The crown is corrupt. I do not say it as a maybe, I do not say it as a rumour. I have been there, I have seen it with my own eyes. Our Ulrich himself has given us the grant to move forward with this. It is with the blessings of Ulrich we must remove the emperor, we must remove the false prophets and the false blasphemous cult of Sigma from the face of the empire and put in strong Ulricans. Not only do you do it for the faith, but also I understand, he looks at Fallow for a moment, almost down at him, that it is for coin as well. After all, you are not true Ulricans, you are Tal worshippers. I understand. We will make sure that you are amply rewarded. Rewarded in such a way that you can put your worship and your money together and you can help strengthen. Because only the strong will survive the Eonacht. But I have been told you are strong, you are ideal. And that you will not put forth onto this path thinking that you will leave the charlatan, this false god, this false emperor, because he is a false emperor. He is not of the line of emperors. He is a Sigmarite patsy put in place to weaken the very fabric and allow our enemies to breach our borders and bring discourse and death to our people. Cats everywhere. I hate cats. I'm into wolves. The Emperor has been sat with his court in Karaborg for too long. He sits there surrounded by other weaklings and other lackeys. He is a puppet of Sigma. He is a puppet of that blasphemous cult. He has brought the country, this empire, to ruin, and he must be removed.
Okay.
I have a brother, a fellow Ulrican, that is currently there. We shall send you aboard Tavion's vessel. He will take you to Marienburg and then up the River Reich to Karaborg. There, you will eventually meet, once you are birthed, our brothers in arms. You will meet with Johann, a fellow Ulrican, a fellow pure heart. What is his name? Von. Yep.
I've written it down now, so you go and
Honestly, it sends me mind through the shitter. Johann von Schattenlass.
Is that one name?
3.
Was it 3 different people?
No, one person, 3 names. His noble birth.
Johann
Von Schattenlass.
von Schattenlass.
Schattenlass.
You understand that?
Kinky shit right there.
He is part of the cult and a trusted member.
Johann von Schattenland.
You will meet with Johann von Schattenlass. He will then bring you in as members of his personal guard. He will make sure that you are able to find yourself in a trusted position amongst the court and able to travel freely. And at a appointed time, as Johann explains, as he deems it necessary, you will strike the emperor, this false prophet. You will remove him, and in doing so, Johann will stand above and in front of the Caribou court, and he will declare Ulrich in ascendance, and the Sigmarite church shall be declared as blasphemous, and we shall bring new strength and solidarity to this fractured and broken empire. Can Ulrich depend on the worshippers of his brother to see this through? Paolo steps forward. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We would do it for coin, really. Yeah.
Coin. Alright, Val.
They do it for coin. Yes. But the fact that you've been here at this right time and this right moment means they are soldiers of the old faith. Whether they believe it or not, they don't have to have faith in it, in the situation here, because the faith is there for them.
What do you believe in, Eric?
I believe in Ulrich and the power of the old faith.
Tell me about the old faith.
Now,
Yeah.
there was time for this later.
Your knowledge of the old faith is something that always really I am in tune with.
Yeah, and we'll discuss this at length. Right now is not the right time. No, brother Eric, there is always time for a sermon on the old faith.
Perhaps you should say a prayer.
Down
Our
in front
journey.
of them.
That is a fantastic idea. Ulrich, give me the fangs of the wolf. Ulrich, give me the claws of the wolf. Ulrich, give me the coat of the wolf, and I shall show your enemies the mercy of the wolf. Eric's like, yes! Ulrich's not known for its poetic justice.
Oh, wolf.
Kneel before me, my sons.
Kneel.
He puts his hand on you, literally like that. I anoint myself with the blood of Ulrich that I shall not fear the bleed. I pledge myself to Ulrich's work that I shall not fear to suffer. I give myself to Ulrich that I shall not fear to die. With these words, I sanction you as warriors of the old faith, followers of Tal, the brother of Ulrich. For in doing so, the service of Ulrich, you will be found as strong and anointed. Ulrich shall look down upon you during the Evernacht. You shall exult in his fury and stand before him as equals. Eric, I am glad that you put me in front of such worthy men. I look forward to hearing of the completion of their mission. Upon your return to Salzenmund, I shall personally make sure that you are given your weight in coin, and forever you will be known as friends of Ulrich. We shall stand together during the Evernacht, and we shall destroy Ulrich's enemies.
So is this coin that we share, or is this just
Each,
is this share on just between Fordel and
You. each, you shall be rewarded for your services for the god
I?
Ulrich.
Directly, and we do not share that with anyone.
Of course not. Ulrichans do not have to share. It is your rightful spoils of a war well fought.
Is that okay, Eric?
Yeah. Perfectly fine by me.
So we don't need to share this with Eric
Why should you?
because
He likes to take a bit.
yeah, sometimes he likes to share with us.
But surely not when you're in the service of Ulrich.
No, surely not.
Surely not, because we are.
No, when it's Ulrich. Tal likes to share. Tal is more forgiving than his brother. But no, these are rewards for your service to Ulrich. They are yours and yours alone. No man shall be able to share in this spoils unless given or taken from your cold hands.
Plate me on when I'm worried.
I would like to join you again, brother.
I shall see you when your work here is done. In Karborg, I shall wait.
I will see it that Ulrich's work is done.
Good, strong Northman. I like it. May Ulrich praise you. Oh, by the way, remember that prayer. It is the way that you will make contact in Karborg. Farewell. He wanders, walks off.
Do you remember the prayer? I don't remember the prayer. Something about wolves and claws and stuff.
Code.
Yeah, teeth, claws,
Code.
That's enough.
You two are fucked.
No, we're rich!
Just because doesn't mean you don't. Don't.
Eric! Come on! Eddie!
What have you done with Lily?
Eric! What I like this priest. Be his friend.
Religious work.
So Eric, what's this priest got over you?
Nothing.
Why are you so scared of him?
You've seen him. He's a madman. He's part of a mad bunch. The fanatics. You don't pat them on the shoulder and call them friend and invite them to your hearth.
So fanatics are richer than us.
Well, in this case.
We work for the wrong guy.
Alright, good luck with that. You'll have your staked out and food for the crows within the week when he finds out how false you are.
Who says I'm false?
Really?
Really?
Sorry I'm late. I was helping some elves move house. Oh yeah, I'm a worshipper of Tal.
If only you knew the
I'm a
truth.
worshipper of Tal, if that's the case.
You're not a worshipper of Tal?
That's the point. Moron.
Exactly, that is the point.
Look, this guy is a member of the Order of the Howling Wolf, right? You saw the big U on him, yeah?
Yep.
Alright. Fanatics.
Do we know?
Even amongst fanatics. Blood-crazed berserkers. And there's a priest.
I think he's a nice lad.
Yeah.
Well, at least pays more than you.
No, it's not often that I ask you to go and assassinate the fucking Emperor, is it?
Yeah, he doesn't pay us. Pay him.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's worse.
Remember that when you come along and you get your weight in gold?
I like you, Eric. Why work
Or you.
for you? With
I
you.
know. I've always looked out for you, ever since we were young.
I know you have, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, where would you be if it wasn't for me? I've
Probably.
given you a place in society, I've given you respect. People on the street know who you are. You run your own crew because I trust you to pay up when you're meant to.
Money.
Oh, thanks.
Why? I was just thinking, right? Why has it always been 80?
Where things are.
Why?
I set up the deals. I allow you to operate.
But what if we wanted, say, for instance, do...
I want to renegotiate. Is that where you're going with this?
I'm just
Pull
thinking...
up a chair. Pull up a chair. Go on. Let's have a good conversation about this, shouldn't we? Adlam. Yeah, just get involved. I like to have his part in this. Tell you what, because I like these guys. Get them a couple of shanks of meat as well, will you? I don't bother cut something fresh up here. Bring it up here, that's a good lad. Right, so what you were saying? You see, Adam's brings up a carcass. Meat cleaver. So, what's your plan? You are literally like shorts of bone bounced off you.
So you think 80% is a bit,
You're listening in, Adam. This is how you negotiate. Yeah, I'm listening in, boss.
Odlum is like, human pouch guy.
No, he's the second.
What's the guy?
Human pouch guy.
Human pouch guy.
Yeah. Father's number 2.
Where's pot lady when you need her?
seem to have got a little bit of Clara on your face there.
I'm saying,
How are you, Adam?
I'm saying it for later. So I'm just thinking
Put the
80.
U on there.
I'm just thinking 80%. We do a lot of work. We
Good
work very
deal.
hard,
You do.
and we've done a lot for you in the short space of time that we've been together.
Fantastic. Yeah, greatly appreciate
And
it.
we were thinking of, that we should get more.
Well, if you want more, you got to do more.
Yes.
I think that I pay you enough for what you do, but if you want to be more involved, you want to do more for me?
I think we should be promoted.
To
Yes,
what?
to whatever.
You already run a crew. You want to run more?
More.
What do you want?
I want more money.
I know you want more money. I want a woman with 4 tits. Not going to happen.
Gonna make it happen.
Why didn't he say so? I didn't know he was a
Come on,
trickster.
you can just.
You've got Hargendorf. You want more territory? Bigger piece of the pie? More crews working for you?
Yes.
They not got more to you?
Yes.
Ease the burden. You as well.
Yes. We're in this together. We're a team.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, that's sort of loyalty. Yeah, it's hard to come by.
Absolutely. We're brothers.
Yeah, so you rise and fall together, eh?
But we keep rising. Right, there's cuts everywhere.
You keep rising, do you? Even though the bread will burn eventually.
We're not bread. Don't like
Might end up as bread.
Tell you what. Get yourself a Carabog. Do this job. You come back. Everything's successful. You don't embarrass me in front of the Ulrican. I'll expand it. I'll give you more.
I'm just shocked that we didn't have this conversation earlier.
Why is it shocking? I'm always waiting, seeing who are my guys, my crew chiefs are going to come forward with new ideas. Push the boundaries. Give me something. Where can we expand? What can we do to increase our take? You're stepping up to the big time, working for Ulrich. Now bear in mind, don't forget, I'm the one that set this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I expect something out of it.
You're right. We are. You are getting something out of it.
Blessings of all.
Exactly.
Say that again.
Blessings of Ulrich.
I didn't talk to you.
No, that's why I'm saying it. Leave Fordel alone. Well, you know what he means.
Make sure a piece of this pie comes towards
Ah!
you. You wouldn't be getting anything if it wasn't for us. Adam, what the hell are you doing over there? Just
Down
sitting
from
down,
the-
you're just sitting down to do a little bit of a workout, stretching your legs.
Doing pull-ups.
Right, takes you a couple of days. You meet up with this Tavian, get on board his ship. He's going to take you to Marienburg. From there, he's going to smuggle you up river. He's going to drop you off at Karaborg. Go on. Now, I was having this meeting, right? In Karaborg, he's going to give you apparently 3 days before he's going to leave. So you've got to get the job done and back on board, and he'll get you back here, yeah?
3 days. Got you.
So it's going to take you 4 days in total to get there. 3 days on the job, max. Another 4 days back.
Right.
I expect you here within the fortnight.
Hmm.
Everything's gone to plan. LSR pays. Everybody's happy. And then we'll continue this conversation then, yeah? Nothing, if it goes wrong, comes back here. You two are going. If there's any blowback, I guarantee you, Adlin will do what he's just done to that sheep to everyone you know. So if you get picked up, you fuck up, and you get captured, remember, that is what's going to happen if you open your mouth. Yeah? Gotta be open. I don't give a shit, just don't disappoint me. Now sod off, I've got work to do.
That's why you don't negotiate.
That's where we find Warhammers. Just carries a stick. What was that? Nothing?
I'm just saying, I'm just glad this isn't John's Albert.
You knew you had to start somewhere.
We shot him. I know. Right, that's it. Bang, bang. That's it. I've had enough.
Yeah, they've killed his way through every single contact. There's definitely no going back for these two. Yeah, so basically, so you met Sicarius Alsar, Ulrican Church. You've met Tavion Mendenhall, captain of the trading vessel Minotaur, and he's going to be transporting you to Marienburg and then up the right to Karrenburg.
Yep.
Oh
wait, when are we meeting Esterbrook?
He's going to take
he's going to take
3 or 4 days to get here.
Okay, we're going to miss him then.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, it's a matter of get yourself away.
Okay, we'll just have to get ourselves away.
And then there's no quick journey north. Actually, sorry, I lied. It's not Dietershaven. It's newer Emsrank that you're going to. I found it now.
Oh, where the inn is.
Yeah. And that's where the free trader Minotaur under Captain Mendenhall is birthed. I always expect the library to start going when the cats freak out and break the realm dimension.
I know.
Oh, kill list is getting bigger.
Always does.
He was already on the list.
True.
Will you spend the so you head north, yeah? I mean, obviously, well, are you going to wait till the morning, or are you going to go at night?
Cool.
Yeah.
Got nothing to wait for.
No.
Cool.
Okay. You assume that Tavion is on the road ahead of you, but yeah, it takes you a couple of days. You get to the coast. You know the coast well. You've been around this, you've lived your entire life in Northern. I mean, obviously you don't know it as well as Hargendorf, but you have been here before. You can see the tall-masted ships. These are sea-going vessels, deep berths. There's some military vessels here, but they're all private military vessels. There's no actual fleet vessels. You can see the tall blue flag with golden shield and golden eagle of the Nordland Count. Flies from the official buildings, and as you may make your way down to the dock with its stench of fish, mussels, and general sea-going stock, you are appraised, or you can hear the advertising callers, paid professionals that call out in clear voice across the bay of this new inn. It is called the Hotel. Sounds foreign, as far as the name's concerned. And as you're working your way down through the banks of the street, mainly Emsrank itself, it is a very large, sprawling harbour town. Most of it, as you first approach it, is on flatland, but the vast majority of it is actually on the sloping, built into the rock base. It's not a sheer cliff; it's more of quite a deep bay. And you can see this area as you're moving through it. This block of buildings have been fashioned, surrounded entirely in scaffolding at this point. You can see a huge amount of renovation work is being done to the front surface, effectively from the sides where work is complete as they moved along. You can see what they're doing is they're masking the individual architecture of the buildings into, and effectively smoothing it all out with plaster and all that sort of stuff to make it look like one large building. You can see eventually this will look like the biggest building you've ever seen, bigger than any, the Elector Count's palace. You can see there's a grand arch doorway still under construction, big columns in the ancient Estelian way across the front, a couple of stories high. You can see hundreds of gas lanterns have been fitted in the whole place. You can see the grand work, this block being converted into one large building. Workers, or you can see carpenters and plasterers working, hundreds of people. The outlay is staggering. It almost looks like a public works is going on. a crown or prince financed operation. If it wasn't for the fact that you already have the inside scoop that it's private. Whoever he is, whoever this Mengels is, he's obviously got either a lot of money himself or he's got some financial backers. Meinhard Mangels.
The latter, I think.
Passing by the establishment, this place called the Hotel, you finally find your way down onto the docks, and you find the Tavian ship. The Minotaur is quite a wide berthed vessel. You can see she's a big girl, but her she's got extra. You're not exactly sailors yourself, but you can see she has a large amount of sail coverage, and she is quite wide. But again, beyond that sort of thing, she looks like she flows quite low in the water. She's docked, taking up quite a large space on one of the wharfs, and you can see that supplies for a voyage are underway. And you can see the captain standing on the side beside a remarkably tall, dark-skinned fella. Hair shorn back. They're in the loose-fitting clothes that you've seen the sailor type wearing in the past. Looks down at you. You stick out in the crowd. You're on giant bloody horses, and you're already big anyway. Ah, my friends! Welcome to the Minotaur. You're home for the next 3 days. Please, board. Do you wish your horses to be brought on board? Or would you have them cared for? I'll leave you to it then. Turns back to this tall guy. I mean, he's stick thin. The sun reflects off his shiny skin. Go cut them up.
Go put them up.
Ah, right. Yeah, okay.
Whack! Here you go, Adlin.
Right, so you go find yourself a stables, a couple of coins. You say, I want you to keep me horses fed and watered for 2 weeks. Keep them shod, etc. Prepared. Shod? You want us to keep on changing their shoes? For 2 weeks. Costs you a couple of coin, which you've got. And you return to the Minotaur. Obviously sees you working your way through the crowd. You can see there's more crew on. We have several hours before we shall cast off. Come on board, my friends. Let me show you around this beautiful fat beast. Let me introduce you to my first mate. This is Rania Foy. He smiles. You can see several of his teeth are golden. He's taller than you, but half your width and weight.
Rania. Boy.
First mate. He just nods at you. He's a man of few words, but he's a trustworthy soul. Have you made your pledge to Manan? She likes a coin. Not to me.
The water.
Have you spent much time on sea? I know that you are obviously of the northern blood, but have you yourself sailed?
The next scene's gonna be like,
They are praying to the minor god of the seas. You can shout as much as you want. He'll only ever reply with a splash to the face and a watery eye.
Splash man.
Hey! What?
why is it always carrots? You don't even need carrots.
Yeah. Experience sailing on the open sea. We'll be staying close to shore, which should see calmer weather. There's no storms expected.
Are we being on sea?
On the
No.
Well, but I'm willing we will not have to avoid anywhere. We are on actually a diplomatic mission For the Church of Ulrich to the court of the Emperor. Will be a nice change. I'm a free trader after all.
Aren't we all?
No, I actually am a free trader. You're what? You're a free trader?
On land.
On land. I did not know there was such a thing. Well, you can. It should be excellent weather. You can obviously berth yourself upon the deck, but I have some room set aside for you below, if needs be. I have an excellent cook, and we shall have plenty of drink to keep us warm. Not that I expected.
Don't expect to be warm.
The need.
They need to be warm.
Yes.
Oh.
We shall be. It's
No.
summer.
Of course. We are from the north and we're used to the cold.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Winter is
You
coming.
sound like you've got a northern accent.
Right?
You do know there were 3 days along the coast from Hargendorf.
Yes.
Excellent. Good conversation. I'm busy. Stay out of the way, but enjoy the scenery. It's still summer in the north and it's warm. Yes, but we're from the north. We're used to the cold. But we're in the north and it's warm. You talking about summer?
When we're used to the cold, being in the north.
Summer.
I know, but I'm saying it doesn't matter. We don't feel the cold.
But it's summer.
I know it's
Nobody
summer.
feels the cold in summer.
Not now. But we don't feel the cold.
Do you know?
No.
At all.
No, we're warm-blooded.
We're all warm blooded. That's why we feel the cold. I think he's drunk. I'm off.
That's just what he's drunk.
As
No,
the day progresses, as the morning progresses, you pick up on the early tide, and before you know it, the ship casts off and heads out into the bay, turning west once it clears the beach wall, and you start making good headway. He unfurls all sails. You hear the shouts and calls from the captain and the first mate. Mr. this and Mr. that, and undo this and undo that. It's all completely oblivious to you. Just stay out the way near the front.
Why the rum?
Why always the rum? The day goes by. You get used to the very quickly, as if it is in your blood and not a plot device. You get used to the sway of the vessel. You're in deep water, but not open ocean by any means. You know, he's not hugging the coast because he's openly flying the flag of the church and also of Nordland, indicating that he's on a diplomatic mission. In most cases, you would expect that any of the Imperial Navy going by would immediately ignore. There would be some flurry of contact using the flags. But as the day goes by, and as there has been for several years, there's no sign of any official entanglements, official vessels. As the sun begins to set, you can see that there's a change of crew for a night running. And you see the vessel takes on a different gleam, hooded lanterns, designed specifically to stop any wayward fire. I mean, the ships are tret. The wood is tret for to make sure that they don't burn easily anyway, but you don't want to take a chance. And you see that, you can see there's a crew change and food is prepared and brought up to you on plates. It's a fairly unexpectedly good meal, to be blunt. The chef is good. And while you're sitting at the front, you can feel the wind against your face, and there's a spray in the air from the water as the vessel dips between the waves. You can hear the bow breaking through it, the spray and the sound. It gives off a sense of speed, though you've physically got no context as the sun dips down and the shore vanishes. But with its lights, its running lights lit, the ship goes to along the coast, heading ever onwards. Captain Tavian makes his way forward. You see he's got 3 big tankards froth clearly visible on top. Gentlemen, and George, I have my man bringing over some brandy later on to help us tuck in for the night, but I thought as the day has gone by and we've been busy, that I should take a moment to greet my guests. I hope I'm not overstepping any boundaries. If you wish to be left alone, of course, I completely respect that.
No. We enjoy the company.
So,
Cool.
I'll let you know straight away. I am a free trader. Fellow has contracted me to take you to Carraburg and bring you back. I don't know what business you're about. I do not normally work for the church. That was a bit of a surprise for me. I find them
We are on
anyone to
a
be followers
diplomatic mission.
to Alderaan.
As I said,
To who?
a crook, a priest, and a sailor walking door.
Tell you, Ulricans give me the
I think it's
shivers.
Megatron.
Transformers are involved? Yeah, just give me the shivers. You know, I'm obviously a firm devotee of Manan. He's the one that keeps me afloat and gives me the wind I need to stay ahead of my enemies and competition. I find such devout following of Ulrich to be, well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll make an offering to Ulrich when the winter comes and the waters turn to ice. After all, he is cold god of the north.
Well, they say winter is coming, so
Do they? I haven't heard that before.
you think
It's a weird thing to say, isn't it?
it's going to kick off in a
Do you
Yeah.
say spring's
Yes.
coming? Summer's coming?
Summer.
It doesn't last any particularly longer than others.
yeah.
That's a weird saying. Tuesday.
Kicks, well, you know,
Really?
what? I don't know what that means. Does that mean we are together? Some sort of relationship?
Maybe.
What does this mean? Met?
And you have a secret saying already.
What secret saying?
Winter is coming.
That's not a secret saying.
I've never heard it before. Seems secret to me.
No.
That's really secretive.
You know of the saying.
Don't.
You just said winter is coming. He said, I like that.
Yeah. You and the priest talk. You're the one saying it.
No, referencing the fact that winter is going to come.
It does. And then it leaves as
Well, autumn will be here first.
Winter?
It's just one of 4 seasons, though. I don't understand the importance. I mean, to Ulrich, I understand, you know, winter. But, well, I've seen 30 odd of them already.
Winter. I should say winter. It keeps coming.
So does summer. I think it's a real depressive concept, you know. Why not go, summer's coming? Or spring, the time of rebirth. Spring is coming, that's nicer. I like that one. That's better for trade as well.
Spring is coming.
Spring is coming, that's got a much better ring to it. I don't think winter is coming would ever take off.
No.
Yeah.
Me neither. Rubbish anyway.
Well, that's all Wiccans for you.
That's why we are followers of Tal.
Oh, yeah? Huh.
Nature, spring, birth, it's all there.
Yeah. So you're not really sort of dominated by winter at all then?
No. We just do it for the money, really.
Yeah, I understand that. So do I. So, yeah, well, Fallow, I've done some work for him before.
What do you think of him?
I think he's a shrewd negotiator that gets what he wants out of every deal.
I tried to negotiate with him earlier.
So you work for him?
Work for him. Yeah.
So you pay him for the privilege of
We'll
working
pay
for
him,
him?
yeah.
Oh,
Sounds like a rubbish deal.
Well, I might be interested. If there's any.
You should work for us.
No.
You should work.
No.
I thought that's what you were offering.
No. I'm not going to work for you.
No, I mean, say work with you, meant.
Yes.
That's what I meant. Not work for us.
After
I mean,
all, the Minotaur is she's a big bottom girl, and I can move things.
we can expand. We're looking to expand. We're looking to start our own thing.
Oh. Always happy to help out friends. What sort of deal would you be looking at? I don't do livestock.
We don't know yet.
Get our hand.
Silver, you see?
Silver.
I can move silver. I have a lot of contacts on Marienburg, and from there, as they say, it's the gateway to the world. I can go far and wide. What sort of weight we're talking?
Sure.
Well,
Going to be a silver mine.
well, if it's enough to fill a hold, I can get it away in raw ore. I can get it to the far coast. Maybe get it as far, get it to Tilia. Definitely disappears. I know people. Break it down. I know some very affluent traders that would. I mean, if you've got a seller for a certain items, for example, maybe we could trade it around, bring in the ore, trade that in for X amount of tonnage of something else. We could sell that on. We could help you. I could help you fellas out.
We would like that very much.
Deal with. Yeah. Now I've got a little experience in many of the different shores. And as far as Araby, pop the silver there. Pick up some stones. Precious stones make a hell of a killing in the northern territories.
Pop the silver for stones.
Stones are easier to move. They use the silver weird. It's a strange one. They use the silver for decoration on a large scale, like buildings. Don't ask. They would buy bulk, but we could trade in there for precious stones. Precious stones can be sold across the entire empire, across Bretonia, Stalia, Tilia, even go far east. We could go as far as Ind with precious. Because we could trade the Arabic stones for the Ind stones. They come away with these.
What about fur?
Yeah, now there's a market for fur. I mean, everyone generally has a certain. I'm actually saying that. See, it depends. If we're talking imperial fur, we're talking about from.
Oh, yet to
Northern.
find.
We're talking things like hides, not just fur, but hide. Yeah. We could trade that through some. Stalia and Tilia, massive markets. They have little to no livestock.
What if you wanted to expand down south?
As always, the dwarves.
Yeah. What if you wanted to expand further south?
Not again. Rough silver ore from the mountains. We can get that. They don't have silver down there, but otherwise they've got everything else. They've got these spotted fur animals. They've got plenty of hide. They've got precious stones. They've got gold. In some places it's said that it just lies on the surface. They're a noble nation, but I mean they can do stuff with material that makes it as light as the breath in your mouth. The silk material. And the colours don't have the stench that we do with it. But they would take fur. They would definitely no. They will not fur. They'll take silver.
So they pay the most.
Without a shadow of a doubt, and they'll have the most voracious appetite for it. If you can make regular shipments, but the exotic furs they produce, they make a killing in the northern territories.
So that's where you trade with them.
Yeah, hide and fur, silver, sideline on precious stones. we could send a mix of furs to the Far East, Nippon, that sort of place, and there we could trade back through with Ind with ivory. Ivory's got a big selling point in Estonia. Everyone can go through Tilia, and especially they'll take everything. They're like a nexus, like a trading city, the whole country.
So we're hoping to set up our own base operations.
I will be more than happy to be involved in any enterprise. So I'm not too keen about rubbing shoulders with Fallow.
No, we want to set up alone. For that we need good men we can trust.
Equal partners. You provide. I get the demand. You provide. And I can move it. As you can see, this girl can move a lot. Just deceptively quick. With my contacts in the different ports, I can get us through with little to no difficulty or cost.
The problem we're going to have when we look to expand, we're going to have his attention. And he's going to want in on it. We don't want him on it. But we need to be established enough to be a threat. So he thinks twice. Yeah.
Stop you, mate? Okay. Need to talk a bit more. That entire... We need a face to not pick up at all.
Please.
You might want to bring them. Yeah. Well, I'm always busy. I will pop in from time to time. If you find yourself in a position to utilise my skill set and my vessel, then I have no truck with land grabs. I can deal with your sea and your transportation, but your actual physical expansion to become a competitor to Fallow, nothing I can do for you there.
We just need you to help us make money.
Well, I can do that.
We can buy men.
I can do that. I mean, I can bring you in some Tillian mercenaries if you've got the coin for it. I could always help. Fallow won't expect that.
Yep.
But you need to put your coin up front for that.
How much we're looking at?
How many people do you need? Mercenaries aren't cheap, especially Tillian crossbowmen. You're going to need capital up.
We need to get it running first before we do that.
Plus, not only you got to consider how many men, how long do you want them for? Food and water will be expected as cover. But you need to, get them here. Work out how long you need the company for physically, how many people you want for it. And on top of that, the extra cost of food and water. Mercenaries are a notoriously hungry bunch. You want a couple of hundred. That's obviously vastly more expensive than, say, 20.
Or if we just get one that can train. Make sure our lads are trained. Be a lot cheaper.
We need loyalty. If you come by some men who want work, are loyal, send them our way.
We'll have a think about what you'd want me to offer these men.
A good living. Money, shelter, food. A place they can call home. Be a part of something bigger.
You're selling more of a dream than an actual likely package for a merc.
No, it's a dream that can become a reality. We'll set up base. Once that base is operational, then. But we need money. That's one thing we need.
Start off with the trade first.
So we
You
start.
need that silver.
We start with the silver. We take it from there. We'll get our guides to bring it across. Do the rest.
Where do you want me berthed? I suppose we can discuss this on our return trip. But think about where you'd want me berthed. How long? I can work out if I can do some work in the meantime.
We'll just keep it at
Hargendorf's at the same, which is you own that.
Yeah.
So we can use Hargendorf?
Hmm?
Oh no, it would be obvious then, wouldn't it?
No,
Manor? If we own it.
We were planning to try to get that big in.
Oh yeah,
Hotel.
that was in
Well, if you keep birthing and where you picked us up, then follow won't to Hargendorf.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll make plans once we return. You can tell me when the silver shipment can get to Eonir.
So when we return, our men will pass us on that information about the silver.
Right, well, as for Karabog, once we arrive there, it is a military harbour. There are several imperial regiments there. Strength of several accounts. It is, after all, the Emperor's palace. Now, Karabog has expanded over the last couple of years when the Emperor moved his court there. When you get there, my contact, or your contact, will be at the Boar and Tusk. He is expecting you to say something, and in return, he will give you a reply.
Okay.
The saying, when you get to the Tusk and you ask for 2 ales, and he serves them, you ought to say, "Ulrich, give me the fangs of the wolf." And he shall reply with, "And I shall show your enemies the mercy of the wolf." If he says, "Ulrich, give me the claws of the wolf," which is the second line in the prayer, he is not your contact. At which point, return to the minute. If he answers with, "And I shall show your enemies the mercy of the wolf," which is the fourth, he is your man, and he will send word to this Johannes.
He has to say mercy of wolf. Okay.
"And I shall show your enemies the mercy of the wolf." Any other reply be more expected. That's the whole point, is you have the first line and his reply will be the last line. That is not the standard line of the prayer. If anything else is said, enjoy your ales or return to the Minotaur.
What will he be saying again?
He will say, "And I shall show your enemies the mercy of the wolf." Now, friends, I should be retiring for the evening. We have been making good sway here. We shall be around the bluff and heading west by the morrow. We shall spend a day heading west before we get in sight of Marienburg, and then a further day heading north and east up the River Reich. Hopefully the journey will be uneventful. There's no reason to think otherwise. We are very strongly held imperial lands. Marienburg, until 4 years ago, of course, was in the hands of the Norsemen, but with the onset of the plague, they quite quickly left. Marienburg has since been refortified. God willing, the raids will be kept at bay while the fear of the plague is still ripe. I will be keeping Minotaur in its bay at Karabog for 3 days. That's the longest I'll be able to do, feigning some repairs. Anything else that would take me longer would be noticeable, therefore be suspicious. But if I'm to stay for, that's the maximum I can stay. If whatever your business is in Karaborg is complete before then, we will be leaving. I can leave at the next tide, but I cannot stay longer than 3 days without arousing suspicion. There is a heavy fleet presence in Karaborg.
We understand. We have strict orders. We have 3 days.
And again, I'm very, very clear. I have no idea what the Orugans have in store for you. That is your story, not mine.
Best to keep it that way.
And I bid you good night.
Right.
Good night.
That's for tonight, so unless you're...
We're gonna be rich!
Screwed. It's a religious assassination.
That's it, it's a religious uprising.
Yeah.
I mean, officially, just to let you know, this is the episode finished for this evening. Hopefully, we'll work out another one and I'll update the timetable as we go. But what do we think? I know we covered a hell of a lot there.
Yeah.
The next session is a lot more relaxed, but the other purpose was, of course, was to say, to give you the impression that there's a lot more to be done here. But, which is going to take time and energy from you to manage.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing you did is send off all your men and leave all the stock sitting on the dock, well, in the warehouse, as opposed to actually, deal with all this shit.
There's only a couple of them that take less time.
Well, most of them are going to take 2 or 3 days to get to one area and then back again.
One of them was a snatch and grab, and they know what to do.
I was like, why is all the shipment late again?
Why's the what?
Probably. Where's the shipment? It's not arrived yet.
What shipment?
The ones that's in the warehouse. It hasn't gone out.
Yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, your suppliers all... not your suppliers, your customers all late.
You're gonna have to wait.
Last thing is, you can ring them up and tell them. You have to wait. You're just going to show up late. Or your boys will. I mean, you trust them that when they get back, it's one of those things where because there's not easy communication, they'll get back and go, all right, what do we do? Get on with jobs. So you might get back in, a week and a half, 2 weeks' time. If you're successful and not hanging crow meat, you might get back and then have to wait another week or 2 weeks before you get an update on what's going on, because the boys will be out there doing their job.
Where's my money? Here. Crooked tax.
I'm waiting to see if Engelberg will end up in a shallow grave, or will he actually recruit him?
I want to recruit him.
You want to recruit him? But on the spur of the moment, equally might just execute him.
No, I'm trying to make friends, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I realise that we are very, very low. No, yeah, well, that obviously, but very, very low in the pecking order. I know we're like his right hand man, but it's just his little bitch that he just uses because he knows that we're good at what we do, and that he'll just be like he's feeding us his scraps. That's the only reason we're his right hand man, because of our skill set, not because of anything else.
You're right hand man in Hargendorf. Because when you went up to M-Shrank, you can see it's a much bigger.
It's much bigger, yeah.
There's obviously other smuggling, which is far more lucrative coming in from there.
Yeah. So he's basically just pacifying and going us and saying, oh yeah, well, I'm giving you this little area, you got your own little run, you got your own little group, you lads, do your own thing, make money, and I'll take 80.
You're big men in Hargendorf.
And then we go, exactly. Big
80. Where's our money going?
I mean, that's the thing, there's no outlay for the smuggling run, but it's 40 crowns every fortnight, and there's 9 of you to be out of that. I mean, we haven't even discussed it. If you actually pay your lads over there, having to make...
Okay, that was funny that we don't pay him? Why don't we pay him? Because you're all bastards!
You got no bastards.
This is the first time I'm hearing of this! Yeah. Been against in childhood, never and set up this group since we set up, we never pay them. You never pay us. We don't.
Yeah, because you just get 40 crowns a fortnight, and you're like, give us some money. You go, you might give them a odd bit of coin, but otherwise it's up to them to make money themselves. So from their point of view,
they're not paying us.
Yeah, and you're like, fellow's a right bastard. Tell us why he's fellow bastard. Will he make us do all the work? And he hardly ever gives us any money. Uh-huh.
That's exactly what you're like to us. You are fallow to us.
Yeah. Double fellow.
No, you're not. Wait. Our fault. Fellow's to blame.
Yeah, but you've got no actual genuine loyalty to fellow. You know, at the end of the day, he hasn't bought your loyalty.
No, he's just put us in touch with the Hurricane priest. Cheers, fellow.
Let's see what he's got to offer. See how much money he gives us.
Your weight coin.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Which is why I said
coin.
I'm wearing plate mail.
Yeah,
And I'm getting weighed.
Got a tent over him. I am a big lad. Clink, clink.
Look, my horse.
That'd be so funny.
He's got a belt of rocks.
That was funny. He goes, oh, so we gotta keep this.
Same
Is that right, Eric? We gotta keep every single penny and we don't share it with you like we used to do. Nope. Oh, God.
It was an interesting question. Though, so what the hell fellow's got to do with this fanatical
I know,
cult of
but
a fanatical god?
he was
Corruption.
obviously scared of him. Obviously, he's a big fish. We want to swim with the big fishes. That's why I want to get friendly with this hurricane.
You don't want to swim with the hurricane.
I don't want to swing with them. I just want to see.
Swing with him.
I said swim.
Yo, jab chicken. No, drive turkey.
Right, turkey.
Drive chicken. How white was that?
Hey, you jive chicken.
But yeah, all I'm saying is, is he just terrified of Ulricans, the priesthood? Does he know who he is or what he is? Or is he involved in the priesthood?
Time will tell.
No.
But yeah,
Time will tell.
time will tell.
Time will tell.
Well, they're hiding next to a butcher and a dye. That's never a good thing in this.
We've got plans though. We've set up stuff. So hopefully we can make some coin. Get ourselves established, because that's the first thing we need. Is we need money, then we need a place to call home, then we need lots and lots of men, little. So then Eric can't touch us.
Are you going to roll them over as part of a hostile takeover? Or are you going to actually just run in the same pond so that he can't touch you because you're just too scary to him?
Yeah.
So you've got no plans on removing the next...
Because I don't know.
head of the syndicate?
Because I don't know if Eric is... I don't know. Is Eric the very, very top?
As far as you know.
Because
I mean, your crew, you run a crew, but he has multiple crews. And obviously far more than you realise. He's got contacts. He obviously has official, legal and illegal contacts. He's a big fish. But I suppose you are asking the right question, is how do you know if he's not just he's the province commander? He answers to one of the 5 families type stuff.
That's a reason.
Or is he capo di capo?
But that's one reason why I was going. I want to expand. I want more. And then he's like, oh, okay, then we'll think, because I want to see how high he is, if he is the big guy or not. I'm gonna see how deep this operation goes. Because I mean, I could have just went complete psycho and just went, you know what, stab. Let's just end it now.
No, we'll probably have to do like a torture technique on him.
But
Right, that's what torture.
We have the tools.
but that's too soon. We can't just go around. We could, like I said, he's got a big organisation. We don't want to, go in there guns blazing, because we'll get killed. Yeah, we just don't know what we're dealing with yet. We know he's obviously the head, but we don't know. He is obviously very, very high up, if not the very top. But we just need to know for sure what we're dealing with, what we're going to take on. But slowly build up enough strength, so if he does come looking, at least you've got backup. So if we do want to go right, we're going to take him out. We've got men to help us.
That's the thing, is you could build up knowing that you're having to pay this guy this high amount regardless, the more you go, but you do it so he's aware, but he gets the payout for it.
Yeah.
So you build up in strength, so him not realising that you get to a certain point where you've got enough men that you just simply go flop. You take over the north and you get rid of them. And then you get all the money and you get everything anyway. Or do you try to keep a lot of your business off the one
That's
side?
probably be the better way, because then
There's a lot of crew chiefs will be, as long as he's paid, that's the main thing. He's expecting to be paid a huge amount of coin every fortnight. If you keep your expansions to yourself, he's just expecting that amount. As long as you make that amount, you won't look away. But if he gets word that you're getting something, you've built something or you've got something on the side, you're going to be like, where's my cut?
Yeah, so it'd be better just pay him so much. Take him out.
So what? Tell him.
Take him out before the tyrant comes.
So tell him, or what? Are we gonna tell him that this is our plans for expansion? Really?
Yeah.
About the inn and stuff.
No, the protection racket. Which will uncover the inn.
Yeah.
'Cause if you think
We
about
definitely
it,
can't tell him about the deal we made with the what's his face?
Fabian.
Fabian, yeah. Can't tell him about that because that's just like ours. That's how we make the serious money on the side. But if we tell him part truth and say, I guess we could say, oh well, this is our plan. We've seen this in. We see this as our
which is why we're
place.
using the face for the smuggling bit. No, not the smuggling, but with
Protection.
Italian, because that keeps us out of the our link to Italian separate.
Italian will be our little thing on the side.
Which is a huge thing.
Yeah, and that'll fund.
But the
Us
protection
enough.
racket.
Because then he'll be like, how are you finding all these crazy ass mercenaries when he's paying me 80%? And he's like, how's this working?
Because it is a clever thing to do, is to bring outside muscle in, because they don't know who the fellow is, so they're not going to A, tell him, and B, they won't be intimidated by a reputation because they don't know it. As people from the north, and you go, I want you to rise up and work with us against it, you run the risk of them coming out and saying, I'm telling him, because he's terrifying.
But that's what I mean. I like the idea of. That's why I was asking him, do you know any loyal men? And he mentioned the mercenaries. I think we'll have to.
A regiment of soldiers don't give a shit about.
Well, that's what we want. We want like good, strong men.
But I'm thinking we might have to get face to face with that.
Fuck it, I'm calling in the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Right, come on, lads. Everyone wants to be rich, right? Come on.
Of course, that's the other side of things. Is bear in mind that you are part of the Brotherhood, whether you call them or just call in the Rangers, and you have a fabricated story. They will believe you.
Shit, yeah.
You just simply go, yeah, he's a worshipper of blah blah blah, and he's doing this, that, and the other, and they'll be like, right. And then all of a sudden there'll be an army of long-term Rangers.
But what we're gonna
rock Fowler's world, slaughtering everyone in their path before blending back into the forest.
But what we're gonna do is we've got to
That's a hell of a quick turnaround.
we've got to set up a new operations from the Great Stag.
The Great Stag company.
The Great Stag Inn.
It's gonna be a stag in
The Great Stag Inn.
Yeah.
Where's this? Is that the hotel?
Yeah.
Because he's called it the hotel.
Yeah, we're gonna call it the Great
It's not
Stag
a
Inn.
hotel. So what do you call it? I call it hotel. What does that mean? It's a foreign word. It means a place with many rooms.
We're calling it the Great Stag Inn.
And casino and whorehouse and opium den.
Let's call it the Great Stag.
That's the benefits.
Just the Great Stag.
And you do know where you can go and get two massive ass tusks that you can pretend and stick them on the front, and that won't piss Framling off at all.
We'll just. Can you imagine that? He comes in and goes, oh, shut up, man.
And he's like, what do you think of you actors? And I found this dwarf head.
Don't even. I'll be like, yeah.
You didn't find it?
Framling, don't even get me started on the shit that you've caused. I was this close!
And after we did all this, we did all that, and we were truly in charge. What happened? I feel like there's a but.
Yeah. That guy that nearly got burnt.
You know, that priest that I threw in the furnace.
He burnt everyone to death.
Yeah. He totally ruined the world. He broke the world, and that was your fault. Because you said, no, just let him go.
He possibly, there's no way. That's the last we'll say of him.
Yeah.
Better not join Ulrich.
I'll put this crown on. What does that do? Make someone really, really evil? I would just let him go.
The funny thing is, when he does get back, he's going to know more about the Nemesis crown.
Who's like,
So he's going to be like, lads, where's that priest? And you're going to be like, we found him. Ooh.
yeah, you see that world? Which is, yeah, that entire inferno behind us, that's the priest.
That is him.
That is him.
That you're doing.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You should have
He's
killed him when
he's
you
a
had
big
chance.
fucking eye in the tower. Glaring at us.
Oh,
That's what the actual. So they put the crown on. That's what it does. Ooh. Oh, shit.
who would have thought if you had all the light extinguished,
Yeah.
you go
There's
dark?
Darkness upon the land.
Mm.
So what do we think about the contract? Have I
Fixed.
assassinated an emperor before?
It's fixed.
It's fixed. Yeah, you know what? We just spent hours talking about our future and all that. You think we're getting out of this alive? We're going to go there. We're going to die, aren't we?
It's a religious
It's all bullshit.
Well, we know it's bullshit, but a man's got to do for what a man's got to do for coin.
That's it. And let's be honest.
We're not going to get that money, right?
Why?
Because it's fixed.
It's weight
No.
in gold.
Go and assassinate the king.
Coin.
What kind of coin?
Copper.
Fake.
Fake coin.
Ha! I never said it was real.
Best wishes coin.
Soapstone.
All coins. Yeah, well, you know, at the end of the day, it's not the first emperor that's been assassinated for religious reasons, in fact, or for just because.
Those person usually.
Yeah. He's
To
the
pick a
third in the line of
chord.
a despot dynasty of Dracfeld emperors. He is hated universally amongst the people, and the people are blaming him for the plague, saying that it is judgment that's been brought upon them. So it's not as if you personally will have found yourselves cursing the emperor anyway.
Yeah.
Because this guy is literally the perfect example of absolute corruption. He's called Gold Gather in his own lifetime. He's called the Incompetent because he's destroyed anything that was powerful about
What
the
does it
empire.
matter? It doesn't matter to us.
But you don't care anyway.
We don't care anyway.
No,
Whether he's
but
a
it's,
priest or not. I mean,
It's not that. It's the.
No, he's a priest. There's no way that you can look at this guy with that hue and the hair and the crazy talk and go, I think he's making it up. No, that guy believed. You
yeah.
could feel it in him.
Sigma. It's Framling's work.
Yeah?
Yeah. it's-
Yes. So go and kill them so we can
Yeah, but he's
burn
fake.
all the Sigmarites.
But he's a fake anyway.
Yeah.
He is genuinely.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make a
Framling
difference
set
to
this
us.
up.
Yeah.
Oh. He wants us to destroy it. So he's working for Ilvac, whatever they're called.
Elak.
Yes.
Who's working for the ELAC?
No.
The nutcase is working for the ELAC.
You can see that working.
Right, lads. Sorry about the crown. You were right. We need to get rid of that priest. We killed him, but it cost him about 5 million people. Ooh. Okay, well, I'm glad it's dealt with, but let's not stop. I've got to talk to you about this, right? Whatever we do, we must save the emperor. Yeah, good idea.
Which one?
But I head to Karaborg. Not so much. What?
You know that
How
priest that.
important is it that we save the emperor? Well, he's the last line of the Sigmarites, and
It's alright, I'm gonna scream, I am Framling before I kill him.
I am Framling.
Yeah, I am Framling and I banish you to hell. I was like, some guy called Framling killed him? I was like, there's rumours everywhere that Framling killed him. Yeah. I am the son of Tal. I am the son of Tal. Framling, Marilium's Ulmacore, and I've got a mate called Karadak.
That's a hell of a sentence. The emperor's like,
Make sure you get all these details written down.
you witness.
Yeah.
Scribe.
You there with
Write it
the
down.
you there with the tattoos.
I also like how this, you're basically talking to the captain, and he's basically going, this is the stronghold of the empire. There are regiments of dedicated and loyal men. The Prince of Marienburg is there. Yeah. Well, he's going to be surrounded. He's just like, it's like, raw, like, but can you help us out with silver down the line? Let's not worry about that.
You
In
would
2
bypass
weeks,
that.
right? When we get silver, you're not controlled by greed at all. No, but you're going to have to kill you're going to assassinate the emperor on the word of an Organ priest. You're going to start a religious war during the plague, and it is the one place where all of the might of the empire have come to protect. Yeah, but did you say precious stones? Are you taking this seriously? What? Expanding? Absolutely. I feel like no matter what happens, you're just going to rock it. You're going to go up there and go, 2 pints, blah, 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 Wolf. He's going to give you the answer. Nice. Right? Guy turns up, right lads, blah 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 blah, cloak and dagger, sneaky sneaky. When do we get there? Right. Next, room.
Just throw the table at him.
Follow the call. Yeah, it's going to be like just straight in, back out, and next thing you know, 3 days later, right. So have we got that somewhere yet?
Back down to business.
Don't forget, you got to leave a U on his forehead.
Good idea.
Bear in mind that one thing that you get told is when you assassinate the emperor, your hands are going to denounce him as a false prophet and all that sort of stuff. So the Ulricans are going to take the blame. They are going to openly go like, peace! You know, signs of Ulrich, by the way, that's you. Not the devil. You know, they're going to, yeah, that's it. So they're not going to sneak off. They're going to wait for you to go bosh,
And
and
arrest
then
us.
they're going to go right. He's dead. Calm the fuck down. And then you know, basically,
We get slaughtered.
it's the point they go. Hang them. Ulricans made me do it. But you're a Talfot worshipper. Yeah. Yeah, you denounced Tal at the last moment just to try and save your lives. I can't wait, actually, to be fair, is get to that point where you're going, right, we've got 3 years, it's a ticking time bomb. You know, and you trying to work out, because I've been in a situation as a GM where people have spent 8 hours making a plan,
And you just
and then opened the door, and the guy went, ah! You say, ah! And the guys, they stand there, there's guard at the back door. Ooh. Ah, shit.
airstrike on my own precision.
Yeah. Because a dog growled, a silhouette. In a
Flashback!
doorway.
Well, didn't we, when you did something like that in the game, it was like 2 armies or something, and someone sneezed or some shit, and then you just went bang, and then they went, ah, bang, 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 and just like, was him, I think?
It was a fart.
Shit.
Smoke.
Because it was like a standoff for like ages.
Somebody farted it out nerves. Trying to break the atmosphere. It opened up a gunfight. He used to be part of the group where it was like sitting there with the black box of doom, with the sword, which happened to be the key that opens it. I wonder how this works. I don't think they work. I mean, who gets a box and hits it with a sword? Why would you do that? And they did. And then they found out. You know,
Don't touch
next
the
day,
box with the sword.
You've got the sword and the box, yes. They haven't come into contact with each other. One guy sitting there with both of them going, no. Didn't you hit the box with the sword? You did what? That's a joke. What would happen if we did? Well, it would open up a void and a break in the dimension that would swallow up reality as we know it. Okay! No, we did not try to prise the box open with the sword.
It's not like on, off, on, off, on. Imagine the beast, he's gone, zoom, shit! Hey!
Make up your fucking mind! Do you want to pop them something?
Oh.
Yeah.
That was the first time that session was ever done. I mean, this was the one where it was like, they got into the room, they snuck all the way through, and the decker's like this. Wait. And basically the door opened, and there was a silhouette of a dog, and it growled, and he went, airstrike on my possession! He just panicked. So the bomb, so the building, they'd gotten in,
That
they
wasn't
got
me, though.
everything, nothing had happened, it was a pure coincidence, you know, like this dog was like, it's a cyberhound, just doing his patrol, and he shit himself and had the whole building nuked. When they woke up, they survived the explosions. The helicopter came in to pick them up, and everyone's like that, and it's sitting, everyone's running, and they're like, shit, where's the troll? And the troll wakes up like, what? And ran, head first into the propellers, destroys the helicopter, they're all on the ground, shit's on fire again, like, ah, run! So they start having to hide inside a car, and chasing cars away.
Eric.
Eric set off an air-to-ground missile inside of a van.
Yes. I had to do that. Blunt.
Yeah, yeah. He ripped the side of a door off of a vessel in the stratosphere.
How do you survive this? I use all my fate points.
So it wasn't as bad as the point where we went, oh yeah, we've got super weapons here. And then, you know, then realised all we were doing was throwing a fucking Big Mac and a cherry bomb lipstick. Ooh, what's that big M?
What's the name of that game?
Jake, come on! Because we were all like, shit, Jake, come on! Because he didn't know what it was. Oh, you really got it now. Anything happened? That's it, you've had it now. Yeah, it's gonna go. Nothing's happening. Why? Yeah.
What did you go? Wait a second. No, it was Phil who worked at the Big Mouth, wasn't it?
Yeah, we worked at the Big
We just
Mouth.
had a burger and you were going, this is a chapstick, isn't it? Because there were weapons from the Lost Age. So it was experimental. They would give them to you to go and test them in the field, not knowing what they did anyway. And you know how long it took me to be able to write out something that was so descriptive of a normal thing, but would give you the impression of something completely different? Wait a second. I'm sure it was you or Phil, one of you also threw a box of Maltesers at the Sentinel droid, thinking there was some kind of chocolate.
Yeah, we died many times.
Paranoia.
Not a game to play.
You can't play it regular because it never has the same impact. But even when you know it's coming, the session's coming, and you prepare yourself, you just still...
You can't prepare yourself for it.
Yeah, it's like, and it could take a long time to write them out. I was, I've played the classic one where James explaining shit in such a way that you're going, okay, and you were worried about these green-topped fucking giants who stood sentinel outside the gate because we were allowed into the big open room, and it was fucking trees, wasn't it? We were fighting these bastards, thinking that they were guardians trying to protect the drop site. So we're fighting our way through a forest, attacking the trees individually in case they woke up and attacked them. Fucking trees. We got chased by a bull. Ended up flying, but none of us had actually been trained how to use parachutes. So a few people fell to the ground and exploded on impact because they didn't know how to wear them. Somebody managed to get their parachute up, but the other person had realised that guy had seen this one touch the weapon because he was trying to repair a blockage, and it misfired and killed the guy. So he knew, he was like, he saw me and he's going to think that I did that on purpose. So he shot his parachute out. So he fucking boys to his death. Or the mech. And I think it was Darren got in it upside down. Sort of
messing with equipment.
And then he pressed it on and it sort of like stood up, obviously twisted his body and snapped him and then launched itself into the air and off a cliff. Because he had his arms inside its legs and its head in the groin. But yeah, the computer's always right. Happiness is mandatory. And then they eventually survived with the clones still intact until the briefing.
Yeah.
And it was
I would have thought you made another bus.
Everyone blamed Johnny, and then Johnny blamed himself. Didn't understand what was going on. He thought he was taking credit. What was happening is he was being blamed for everything, and it was punishment. And he was like, "Yeah, it was all me." So he got taken out and burned. What?
Yeah. Was it when you say this? The commissar. Report him. Okay. Well, commissar. Right, bang.
How do you know what a commissar is?
You told us.
That's when I had you sitting there with fake moustaches on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paranoia is fantastic. You can literally, you need an inhaler partway through the game when the funny shit starts dawning on you. Didn't you let Phil into a room and then
the red room?
He's like, and he's both cottoned on about colours. He let him walk into the red room and he got lasered to death. And then he came back on the other side of the room.
Go over here.
There was in a room that was only the machinery, the laser defence only came active when it was dark. So he closed the door because he thought that it was active when the light was on. So he climbed into the room in the dark, and so he started moving, got lasered again, and then he worked out he had to have the door open to get across. And that's when he managed to open the door on the other side, and he just went, bing, just launched straight through, and he's like,
Yeah, that was fun.
right, well, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
We're not going to be here on Friday. Friday we are missing. Because some people have, like, you know, shitty lives.
Yeah.
No, not cool lives, like, you know, where you get to roleplay all the time.
Oh, did it?
I did it.
It's an order to open the chest.
That's actually insane.
No, all did it.
All did it.
I'll do it. That's actually been insane for a long time. Oh, by the way, do you know what the name of this episode is? I'll read it.
Fordel did it.
Did what?
Read the title.
I can't see it.
We'll get closer.
Oh my god. Winter is coming. You just had that at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Because I knew there was no way that you were getting away with it, but I didn't expect you to go, winter is coming, and do an Austin Powers smile. And I'm like, that's what I've called the season. Not the season, the episode is winter's coming.
Yeah, that worked out well.
Who's going to call it that? Well, the Oricans.
Or into the Oricans.
Yeah.
Like, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, coined it. So in the year 2500, they go, winter is coming. You're like, because they believe winter is coming. They believe that since the 80s, by the way. Just so you know. That's when Ulrich and Evan act, and the big winter coming that would destroy all that. Very much, obviously, because it follows the concept of Ragnarok, but is the big winter. That's what it's based on.
And wolves.
Yeah. You know, so it's based on the Old Norse mythology as opposed to George R. Martin's, which I think actually the first book he wrote was probably in the. It all comes from Tolkien, not Harry Potter. But there you go. Anyway, I will update Twitch with our next episode. We shall discuss it offline, see when we can get back together, and we will see episode 4.
Book 2.
The arrival of Arnung and Fordel in Karaborg.
Yeah. Bust out some priests.
What?
Like moves.
Bust out some priest moves.
So what are we meant to say again?
The cats have not stopped. Right, everyone. Good night. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Might be in a couple of days, might be next week, but it will definitely be before. We're not on Friday, so yeah. Take care. Thanks very much. Good night again.
Thank you from Talbot.
Bye from Hull.
I'll do it.
Hi.
It's always All's fault.